I have a lot of friends who are sober, a lot of friends who are straight edge, a lot of my friends who are going through it. I know struggling with substance abuse and alcoholism can be really, really hard, especially knowing who to turn to. It can be really, really daunting. I'm here to say that a good friend of mine and his friend started this incredible treatment center called Refine Recovery. They gave me a phone number, 855-516-3332. You can text, you can call them. It's totally confidential. It's safe. There'll be somebody on the other line to help you out, a compassionate human being to talk to help you navigate the process, the insurance treatments. They accept most of private insurances. You can go refinerecovery.com, Refine Recovery Instagram. I know it's hard, but reach out to somebody, man. People care about you. People love you. People want you to be here for a long time. People love you in their lives. If you're going through it, make this phone call. It's totally private. I know people DM me all the time about going through it and going through sobriety and trying to get straight and trying to take care of themselves. And the struggle is totally real. And Refine Recovery is the definitely move. Reach out to them, 855-516-3332, or text them, 855-516-3332. You can call or text this number anytime, 855-516-3332. You know the drill. This number is here for you to call. As we get older, we start paying attention to what we put in our bodies. I personally have been listening to my body since I was 18 when I went vegan. I've always been focused on my health. It's super important, mental and physical health. But it's really important for people who are just starting to get more healthy and trying to step up their life. Doing your homework, reading the labels, researching and verifying everything that's quality. It's part of the game these days. That's why I started drinking AG1s. I'm so proud to have them sponsor my podcast. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers daily nutrients and gut support and is backed by multiple research studies. You can trust what you're putting into your body. We're all so busy these days, so just throw a pack of AG1 in the morning into a cup of water and shake it up and drink it. I love the way it tastes. I do it every single morning. It's part of my routine. I bring the packets on tour. It's an incredible life changer for me. Many supplements only reference research from ingredients in their product, but I trust AG1 in my daily routine because it's constantly putting the formula to the test. It's backed by multiple research studies, and one of those research studies, AG1 was shown to have double the amount of healthy bacteria in the gut, which is super important because these help digestion in the immune system and the immune health. And these bacteria are known to help with digestion as well, gas and bloating, which I freaking need. And it also promotes regular bowel movements, what I can attest to. In another research study, 97% participants felt more energy after 30 days, and 91% of the participants noticed that they needed less coffee after 60 days. I quit coffee like 5 months ago. I know I'm good on that. But AG1 is packed with a variety of nutrient-dense ingredients and is the perfect complement to my healthy diet. I drink it because I know it's going to work, and it gives me a peace of mind covering all my nutrition bases for the day. In fact, I trust it so much, that's why I'm spreading the word about it. That's why it sponsors my podcast. Thanks to Angie Huberman for turning me on to AG1s, connecting me with them, and now they're part of my podcast. It's so easy and satisfying to start your day with AG1s. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of the vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your purchase at drinkag1.com/OLLC. That's drinkag1.com/OLLC. It's never been a better time to focus on your health and wellness and get back on track, man. Take control of your daily health. Health is wealth. Got to give a big shout out to Liquid Death. I've been in a band called H2O for 30 years, and my first real job with a company is a water brand. Go figure. Love you, Liquid Death. Love the people. Love the brand. Love the concept. Love what they give back. Love the community. Love what they do for the environment. You can go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on any of their merchandise that they make. They have such incredible collabs. Also, if you want to hear the story of the CEO, my good friend Mike Cesario, on the podcast, you can go to episode 115, part 1. And then 2 years later, we dropped a part 2, which is episode 275 with the CEO, Mike Cesario. Just a man from Delaware with a dream, worked at a marketing company, and made this become a reality. Liquid Death is an incredible company, incredible water, incredible people, and I'm super, super honored to be part of them. They sponsor my life, they sponsor everything, my family. So go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on anything you want to buy on that site. If you want to get water, it's exclusively on Amazon.com. Murder your thirst, y'all. Welcome to the One Life One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. Today I have a very, very special guest. Without this person, I would not be here. My mother, Linda Morse. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome, Toby. Yes, I'm Ma Morse. I'm Ma.
So you were on the first episode, which was 6 years ago today, which is January 28th, 2019.
Wow.
You were my first guest, and you were one of my closest friends, Brolin's favorite episode. He loves you from that episode. And that was amazing first episode with you. How you been? It's been 6 years. I've seen you since then.
Yeah, I've seen Toby since then. We're not estranged. But a lot has happened in 6 years. Most of my stuff is medical. And I'm not going to talk about that because I feel good now.
You look good, too.
I feel better than I have, say, in 3 years.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to jinx that, but I've had my ups and downs. A lot's happened. I got a new grandchild since that.
Yeah.
No, Ruby.
That's right. Oh, my God.
Ruby Riff was born. She's 5 now.
That's crazy.
So that was a big deal.
And and your hair is all gray now. It looks good.
I'm completely gray as I should be.
I love your gray.
After 70, I decided to stop coloring it. It was enough. And I'm glad I did.
Yeah, why were you coming? You just trying to stay looking young, maybe?
Yes, well, yes, it made me look a lot younger, but at 70, I don't care.
Yeah.
Now I'm heading toward 80, so I really don't care.
I mean, did you really care leading up to your 70s? Like, did you not want to get old?
No, the hair thing was more in public. I was a blackjack dealer. I wanted to keep my hair and nails good. I was a leasing manager. It was because of work more than anything else. But once I retired, I'm like, no more of that.
Yeah, for the listeners, she was at Foxwoods in Connecticut. How many years were you there for?
13.
Do you still have any pains from your hands from doing that stuff?
I don't, but I know other dealers that did. One time I had a trigger finger, but the chiropractor fixed that because that's something that's and I never had any back problems like from dealing, but my girlfriend did because she was a craps dealer and she was bending over all the time.
Oh, so that's the way
that is hard on
physical.
Your back. Yeah.
So you don't miss that. You don't miss that time.
No, I don't miss it.
Is that the last job you had? Was there?
No, because when I moved here.
Oh, you were in the apartment complex, right?
Yeah, I was a leasing agent for like 3 or 4 years, maybe 5.
Like you did Lexwoods almost.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's right, you did that, yeah.
Yes.
And also, congratulations. You just had your first Thanksgiving in many, many years where you had real turkey.
Oh, my God. Let me tell you, listeners
she was
out
sending
there,
us pictures.
15 years living with a bunch of vegans.
This for the listeners, her kids, her whole entire family.
Everybody. And may I tell you, that was the most exciting thing in my trip to Florida. The turkey.
Did you have turkey every day?
I was every day for 4 days. Every day. With the stuffing, with the gravy, with all of it. I'm telling you, eating that turkey was amazing.
Yeah. Congrats. But I think you have become a little more open-minded with vegan food because you had no choice.
I have no choice. Let's just put it that way.
I mean, a couple of years ago, you're like, please have some real ice cream at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I hated that they don't have real ice cream. But I usually send Max to get ice cream.
Yeah. But I feel like your mind's opened up with that as far. You know what I mean?
I'm living with it every day.
But some of the stuff. I mean, today she brought her own lunch. She's like, I know you're not going to have any lunch here for me, so she brought chicken noodle soup
and crackers.
Which I respect. But I do feel like you've definitely you're not scared to try vegan things.
No. I'm not going to lie and say that there haven't been some things that I actually have liked.
Yeah.
You know, and the burgers, the what is the name of them?
Impossible Burgers or
the Impossible Burgers were great, and they really tasted like burgers. And my other favorite thing is when my daughter-in-law Kim makes chocolate brownies, because they are amazing. You would never know they are vegan.
Yeah.
Never know. I think that's the two things I can think of.
I think sometimes it's good not telling people if something is vegan so they can just try it without any judgment. Because they're already expecting it to taste bad, maybe, you know?
Well, I'll tell you, nobody had to tell me anything about the macaroni and cheese because it was like eating cardboard.
Oh, vegan macaroni and cheese.
Oh, I hated it. And I love macaroni and cheese so much.
You like Kraft macaroni and cheese, probably classic.
No, I've made the classic kind many times.
Okay.
That macaroni and cheese, I don't know how you eat it telling yourself it's macaroni and cheese. Because you must not have, excuse me, you must.
You don't have to hold the mic, Mom. You're good.
You must not have any taste buds. That's all I can say.
I know. Because it's some of the vegan cheese is really, it's like clay.
Dust.
It's like tar. Yeah, it's like really rough.
And my grandson, Max, I will tell you, we were at Todd's house, and he had the vegan hot dogs, and I started to take one, and Max was like, don't eat those. Those are bad.
He said
yes, and I'll tell you, I bit into one. It tasted like chemicals.
It did?
Yes.
I'm sorry. We were talking before the podcast, too, like how we're both addicted to sugar. I feel like sugar is like one of the biggest drugs in the world. It's like there's sugar in everything.
Yes.
And we're all addicted to it.
I don't expect to stop using sugar in my lifetime.
I mean, you quit smoking, which is really huge.
I quit smoking. I quit drinking. I quit coffee. That was all. That was because of my gut. All of it.
Honestly, I don't drink coffee anymore because it messes my stomach as well.
Yeah.
It's a diuretic, obviously. There's something in it that's really dehydrates you, makes you.
But I'll tell you, if you have. Can I say this?
Sure.
I'll tell you, if you have constipation, drink a cup of black coffee, and that will make you go right away.
Of course.
My girlfriend used to do that every day before she went to work.
People do coffee enemas.
Not that. I mean, I don't think that's necessary, but
it is a thing, Mom.
Oh, my God. Just thought of it.
It's disgusting. So, yeah, how many years are you smoking for?
50 years.
And how long has it been since you quit? It's been so long, over 10 years, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Give me a minute. It's been 14 years, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you ever crave cigarettes?
Sometimes. In a stressful moment, in a crisis situation, I really want one. But that's the only time. Other than that, no. People smoke around me. It doesn't bother.
I remember the first couple of years, you're like, you were craving them. Maybe like, give me a cigarette. I do miss it.
Yeah, many times I had to hold myself back. But once I got that far, I wasn't going to go back.
But if you smell them, does it?
It might bother me some. But if I'm near somebody who's smoking, I'm not bothered by that.
Also, the $20 a pack now, I heard. $20 a pack.
That's the other thing. When I quit, they had already gone to $7 a pack.
Wow.
And I used to buy cigarettes in my 20s for $1 a pack.
Holy shit.
So now if they've gone to $20, I'm even more glad that I'm not smoking.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I wouldn't be able to.
Dude, $20 a pack is insane, man.
Even as someone who is addicted to it, that would have made me quit right there.
And yours were Virginia Slims.
That was it.
Did they still make those anymore, you think?
They do.
Yeah. That was your jam, though.
I mean, there were worse things, like my father smoked Camels. They had no filter. It was the raw tobacco.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You were getting straight tobacco. He smoked those forever. I could never smoke those without a filter.
And then what about booze? How long has it been for alcohol for you?
Well, I can tell you exactly when that was, because I went to dinner with Tracy and Vivian at a Mexican place, and I ordered a margarita, which I love, love, love.
Yeah.
First 2 sips, I had to run to the bathroom. And that was the first time I knew that I could not drink
anymore.
The minute those 2 sips hit me, I didn't eat after that. I just stayed there with them, but I never did after that.
Yeah, I feel like the Morses have always had stomach things. I always thought it was from veganism, but then I stopped eating gluten and my stomach's totally fine. It's weird.
Well, I would say if you have stomach things, it's that you're so anxiety driven. For you, I'm not surprised, because you get anxious, get stressed very easy.
Yeah.
And that was always me because of my family life and all. I was always a nervous kid. I can't lie.
Yeah.
I was a kid who bit my nails. So I see you're that type.
Totally.
Where Todd's more laid back.
So laid back.
And
Tracy's in the middle a little bit.
Tracy's in the middle because he's not really that laid back, but he gets emotional at times.
Yeah.
But you Your anxiety.
I'm always high strung and hyper.
Me too. Me too.
You've been like that too, right?
I didn't realize that. Well, I blamed it when I was a young woman and a young kid on my home life, which probably was where it started, actually. But I'm thinking, I stopped biting my nails when I had Todd.
Okay.
Which was a big deal.
Yeah.
I think my calmest period probably was that 10 years with your father.
Okay.
Even though I had 3 kids in that time,
yeah.
Not that wasn't stressful, but I handled it. And I don't remember and now as I've gotten older, I stress easy and I try to control it because it's not good for my health at all.
Do you think it's not okay to smoke when you're pregnant? Because you smoked when we were pregnant. We turned out fine. We're perfect.
Yeah. Because we didn't know anything was wrong.
Yeah. It wasn't like that back then,
all
right?
3 of you, I smoked with all 3 of you, and they would let it.
And drank
wait
too?
a minute. No, I think I had a glass of wine maybe, but no. But when I was in the hospital with my first one, Tracy, women were smoking in the hospital.
No way.
In their beds.
What?
Yeah.
In the hospital?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Because there was no cross bones about smoking at that time.
Oh, there's no
in
warnings.
The 60s.
No warnings. Yeah.
No warning.
This causes
from
cancer.
your doctor, not your doctor saying you're pregnant, you can't smoke.
It was like cool and sexy. It was like a cool.
Yeah, it was
a
cool thing. Yes,
it was. It wasn't like nothing about health.
No, not then. Not then.
I remember smoking on airplanes. People would smoke on the planes.
And the ashtrays.
I know. You smoked on planes before?
Yes, always.
So how?
And here's the funny part of that, which I'll tell you, the viewers, the listeners. You're on a big airplane. If you were a smoker, you had to go to the back where the ashtrays were.
Yeah.
But there was no screen or anything to keep that smoke from the passengers.
It would just go right up the aisle.
A plane was full of smoke, yet they were separating the smokers, trying to separate them.
That's so weird.
Without putting anything
Filters
up.
or nothing, yeah.
Nothing.
That's crazy, man. So you started smoking, how old were you? You a kid, teenager?
I was 14, I think 14 or 15. Me and Norman kind of started. I don't think did Paulette smoke anytime?
Did your mom know you smoked? Did grandma know you smoked?
Well, obviously not.
She would have killed you.
Norman, God rest his soul, used to hide his cigarettes in the front shrubbery.
In the yard?
Yeah, up front. But the problem was he'd get up in the morning, it rained.
Oh, yeah. It'd be over.
It's done.
At least it went $20 packs. That's crazy.
They
all
were
soggy cigarettes.
Yeah, there was. And of course, he used to give me some. I don't remember buying them really till I was maybe 16 or 17. But we both smoked. Ray smoked. My mother did not smoke.
Yeah.
And my father was a chain smoker.
Okay.
But my mom, strangely, after my dad had the stroke, and she was having to take care of him, and her stress was way up. She started buying because he wasn't smoking, then he couldn't. She started buying a pack of cigarettes and putting them up in the pantry. And she never inhaled, by the way. We used to laugh so much about that.
So what was the point?
Wait, I guess it reassured her when she got stressed, she'd have a cigarette. She'd go outside, but she'd just be puffing it.
Wow.
That's true. That's true.
That's crazy. What if that would help the stress, even though she didn't inhale it?
Well, maybe mentally to her it did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She thought she was smoking.
That's crazy, man.
And thank God she didn't.
Yeah, that's wild.
You know?
That's pretty crazy. So how do you feel now? How old are you now, Mom, exactly?
What?
How old are you now?
I'm 78, going to be 79.
You've seen a lot in the world. We were talking before the pod, like when you first got your
I've
first phone.
seen a lot. I didn't see World War II because I wasn't born yet. But I was the boomer baby for those men that came back from World War II and had kids right away.
Yeah. When
my dad came back, here I came. My brother Norman was by himself for 4 years because he was in the war.
Wow.
So I'm definitely one of those boomer babies. And now we're all in our 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Those are the boomers.
It's crazy. And the world's changed so many times over, man.
So many ways. Some of it good, but I'm going to say in the last 5 years, it's scary because all of it's bad.
Yeah.
It's scary on 2 levels. One is the climate.
Yes.
If you don't think climate change is happening, then you're living under a rock.
Yes.
Because the first time I heard that they were having tornadoes on the East Coast, that was unheard of.
True.
And they've started to have tornadoes, and they've started to have fires,
Yeah.
which they never did.
Yeah.
The West Coast has gone to hell. I mean, the fires, the mudslide, and the, what do I want to say?
Earthquakes.
Earthquakes.
Yeah.
But the East Coast is having similar weather to the Midwest.
Yeah. And they had an earthquake last year in New York or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It never in my lifetime up until then do I remember that ever happening. That is climate change.
Absolutely.
And the fact that it's getting hotter and hotter every year, drier and drier,
Yeah.
and that's not going to get better.
Yeah. There's saying,
It's either the extreme of too much rain, too much flooding and all that,
Yeah.
or the extreme of fires.
yeah.
So to me, in the last 10 years, I guess, the climate is obviously changing, and it's going to be hard for it to be habitable to humans in another 50 years, if there are 50 years.
I know it was interesting during the pandemic when like nobody was flying or in the ocean, like everything flourished and all the animals were out in the wilderness and the water was clear and the air was clear. Like when everything shut down, Mother Nature put us on a timeout.
Right.
And the world kind of started healing itself. That was really
And the
interesting.
world did I never thought of that, Toby, but that's very true. The earth really did in that time get a chance to heal itself and be undisturbed by human chemicals, human smoke, all the things, and it became clean again.
Yeah. The footage that was showing of like all the animals coming out in the wilderness and walking on the
Yes. But now we're back to the same old things.
It's just nobody really cares into it unless it personally affects them.
Well, we care, but I mean, I try to be mindful of it myself. I mean, I quit smoking. That's going to save the world. But I try to be mindful of it and do what I can. I think every single person can do a little something, whether it's recycling or cleaning your lint things in your heaters. I mean, all that stuff. People got to be more careful and aware of it. I mean, we can't go out and do any big thing.
Yeah.
But all those little things put together, we can help the earth.
And I feel like it's not too late to seeing that during the pandemic, how fast things healed up for the planet. I think people just like, it could heal again and like fix itself.
It could, but are we going to let it?
I know.
I don't
I think people
so.
are so selfish and set in their ways and don't really care. Like I said, unless it personally affects them or their family, whatever, it's not real until it affects them.
Right.
Until the earthquake happens and something, you know what I mean? God forbid, but like it's like people just really just.
Well, look at what happened
vision.
with those two hurricanes, one right after the other in Florida.
Oh yeah.
That was the worst hurricane on record since they've started recording hurricanes.
Oh wow, I know that.
And then they got hit with the second one.
Okay.
The fact that they weren't wiped out was only because they had phone and technology, because it would have wiped out that whole city.
Yeah.
And it was bad enough to wipe it out.
But
the people had evacuated, thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was 1950, how are you going to let them know?
Yeah, that's true. There's fires right now in Malibu right now. I heard really bad ones right now.
Very bad, but the people are aware and they can leave.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that place, even though they had everything, was a case of the city and the police and everything getting the word out before the hurricane came. And most of the people left.
Some people stayed there with their houses, right? They wouldn't leave,
They
right?
stayed there's an island, I don't know the name of it,
Wow.
which was going to be washed over. Those old timers out there wouldn't leave. I don't know what happened. And they were told that when the hurricane starts, nobody can come and get you. They can't.
So many people just got wiped out and just stay with their houses, man. It's crazy.
I mean, nobody's coming.
Man. Yeah.
And they even told them, put your name in the palm of your hand so we know who you are.
Oh, they did. That's right. They did.
That was freaky, but that was honest. They were trying to convince those people to leave that island.
How serious it was.
It was serious, but
Put your last name on your hand. Wow.
I think so we can identify you.
Jesus,
think about it.
Yeah, that's freaking crazy, man.
But that hurricane was horrible. If those people didn't leave, it would have wiped out 20,000, 30,000 people right there.
Yeah. So that's one. Climate change is a big one. Also, I think technology with social media and all the news and just everything. I think everything's magnified so much, and everything looks crazy on the phone, on the computer, and then it's just a crazy world of division and all this stuff, violence, and I feel like we're desensitized to everything now because it's on your phone. Like people get hit by cars, people getting shot, all this stuff. People
the massacres, the shootings
everything.
At school. There were so many of them. Not that we really got blasé. We felt sad.
Yeah,
but it wasn't surprising.
I know
it was ugly.
And we shouldn't be used to it. We shouldn't be desensitized to it.
I still want them to get rid of those. M16s. At least they should take those completely off the market, because most of those shooting massacres with one of those guns that shoots 300 bullets at a time.
Crazy, man.
But yeah, the world is crazy. The world isn't good right now at all.
Yeah.
I don't think.
And you've been here for a long time to see it go through all different changes.
Yeah, this is not
and
good.
You feel like these past couple years are the worst you've ever seen as you've been alive on this planet?
Yes, in a lot of ways. The climate change is a big one. But
the division, the separation.
All the anarchy, the division, the hating on people that you don't know, the Democrats against Republicans, the countries now that Russia's taken over a country and saying it's his. I mean, hatred. There's so much hatred. That's all I can say about it.
It's really sad, man.
And you feel it even if it isn't happening to you.
Yeah. Are you watching a lot of news, Mom?
I do.
Do you watch too much?
I might watch too much. I've tried. I've tried to cut myself back, but on the other hand, I want to know what's happening.
Yeah, you're trying to stay in the mix on it, right?
I want to know what's happening.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, and how's your health now these days?
Let me count now. Since July, it has been very good.
It's awesome.
In every
You had 2 broken backs. You have all kinds of things that happened.
The sepsis was the scariest one.
What is that for the listeners? What is that?
It's an infection that you can die from. If it spreads through your body, you're going to die. What happened to my leg? I could have lost my leg.
Oh, yeah.
And if you had seen how it looked,
the cats. Yeah.
You would have been terrified by it.
Yeah.
And it was moving. It wasn't stopping. And when I went in, I had 102 temperature, and my white blood count, which is supposed to be between 5 and 9, was 29.
That is crazy. That
scary. Was very worrisome.
Yeah.
And
for listeners, how did that happen? You want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Because people should know if they have pets.
I had a cat bite by my own pet.
Which is crazy because you never hear about cat bites. You hear about dog bites, but not really cat bites.
Well, honestly, it was my second cat bite. I should have learned the first time, but I loved her. I'd had her 9 years. She was always a very nice, calm, cuddly cat.
Yeah.
Not like the diva Molly. She was very close to me. And then I really think that when Molly died, and I immediately went away for 10 days to Todd's, she was alone in that apartment. That something changed in her.
She's probably pissed.
Yeah. So when I got back, first she bit me in the arm, and that got infected, and I ended up going to...
It's because of the dirty mouths? Is because of
they have the dirtiest mouth.
Worse than... Because they say dogs have
worse
clean
than
mouths.
dogs.
Okay.
Dogs aren't good either. But anyway, I end up treating that outpatient, and it cleared up. I had to take a lot of antibiotics. So not even 2 months later.
Like pretty bad bites?
It
makes you bleed, obviously.
It wasn't that they were bad big bites. It was that the fangs went way in to the muscle.
Okay.
It looked like any other cat bite.
Damn.
But the poison was inside the minute she bit me.
Crazy, man.
So the second one, I didn't even know till I got to Todd and Kim's. It was Mother's Day weekend.
I remember they were in the hospital on Mother's Day.
Yeah. And Todd wasn't home. I was going to stay with Kim and the girls.
Yeah.
And it was a Mother's Day weekend, and I left on a Friday, and I was fine. I had gotten bitten on the Thursday. Same thing. Just 2 bites in my calf. It looked fine. I always put peroxide on it.
Just bit you randomly like that?
No, while I was sleeping, I tried to push her out, and she bit me. But anyway, I don't know this is bad. I peroxide all that. I go to Kim's Friday. Saturday morning, I get up, and my leg from my ankle to my knee is brilliant red and swollen. I mean brilliant red. And it was so itchy, I couldn't stop scratching it.
That's crazy.
And I said, what's going on? I said, I got to go to the emergency room or something. This is bad. This is not right. So at first I went to an emergency room. He checked me out. He said it was sepsis. He gave me a shot for sepsis, and I think he gave me an antibiotic to take home. And before we even got the antibiotic, the next day it was worse. So I went immediately to an emergency room, and in Nevada, which I never knew, the emergency room and the hospital aren't attached.
Oh, okay.
They're in two different places.
Wow, okay.
So I went into the emergency room, and the minute the doctor looked at me, he said, you have got to go to the hospital. He said, I can't make you go. You're going to make that decision. But I'm telling you, you need to go to the hospital.
Holy shit.
We'll get an ambulance and get you there. And that's what happened.
Damn.
But at first it was very bad. But then, thank God, they cured me. It was a little hospital.
Yeah.
They were on top of it. Not the first couple of days it didn't look good, but I got rid of it. But I came home with tons of antibiotics that I had to take for like 2 weeks.
How long were you in the hospital for?
5 days. I was very, very lucky because the way that leg looked like the second day.
Could it spread up your body?
Yes.
Wow.
It could, well, it's not that so much that would spread up my body, is that it get in my blood vessels and go all through my body. That infection will go everywhere.
From a cat. That's so crazy, man.
So the cat had to go. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Oh, man. For the listeners, you have a cat. That's crazy. I never heard a cat story like that before. You don't think about that happening. Like,
I've always had cats. A long time.
I've never been bit by a cat.
You would be. This reminds me.
I was?
Wait. When you were a little kid, I don't know how old you were, maybe 7 or 8. We had a tiger cat then, a boy.
Okay.
And that was our pet. So one day you were outside the house playing and you saw this tiger cat and you picked him up and he bit you hard in the inside of your arm, just like I got bit.
Okay.
So the next, I said, Toby, that wasn't our cat. But I can see where you made the mistake.
No, it was like a random stray cat.
I don't know, but the cat bit you. So I ended up taking you to the emergency room because you started to get blood poisoning. You know that?
Holy shit.
Wait, you know that red line?
Yes.
Luckily, I caught it early. You didn't get sepsis, so I took you to the hospital.
Holy
and of course,
shit.
They said he has blood poisoning. So you had to have a tetanus shot and a couple of other shots, and you were fine.
I realized cats could do that. You only hear about dogs. That's all I hear about is dogs doing shit like that.
I've never been bitten by a dog.
Yeah, me either. We had some dogs growing up.
Yeah, we did.
Did we have puddles?
We had puddles.
Yeah, puddles.
Yeah.
Puddles.
Because she kept puddling in the house.
I know. And then the cat, that's such a crazy story, Mom. Damn.
Well, it was the wrong cat. Let's put it that way.
And then do you take walks and stuff? What's your days like? Do you try to get exercise?
I try to get out and get exercise. I try to walk the stairs at least once a day.
You got all the stairs at your place.
Not go in the elevator.
Okay.
I try to take walks. I'm exercising every day for my back and for my balance. My balance isn't good, but I'm working on that all the time, and I honestly think that's what's made me better, that I kept doing it, because a couple of times I felt like giving up and just laying on the couch.
Damn, yeah, I'm sure.
You know, but I did it. I didn't want to not be able to walk.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
I know.
I want to walk. So all the therapists I went to, I always told them that, whether it was my back or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I want to keep walking.
And you got your new apartment all hooked up now, like all redone?
Yeah, all redone after 20 years.
I know, it's crazy.
I don't even recognize it.
I have to come see it because I can't help you. I didn't see what it looks like now after the rug.
It looks nice.
That's nice. You earned that. And we were talking about your awesome Toyota Corolla you had for 20 years.
What?
Longest lasting. Your car. You've had it for 20 years. Like, people go through cars so fast. Like, I need a new car. No, you don't. Like, yours is 20 years old and still works.
20 years old, still gets good mileage, still drives very well. I've had to replace batteries and tires and stuff like that. I've dented it up a lot on the outside, but the inside, under that hood, is running really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
So you used to smoke in that car before you quit?
Of course I did.
Wow, that's the same one.
I don't smell it. I don't smell it there anymore.
I know.
I've shampooed the seats more than once. But yeah, it's running good.
You still live in California?
I love
I
California.
know, man.
I love it.
You thought about going to Vegas at all or no?
No.
I know. It's so different there.
I mean, I like it.
I'm happy people love it there, but it's just not really my
I
thing.
mean, I love it. There's something fake. Don't say this. It's something fake about it.
Well, it's Vegas. You think about like the
No, I'm
movies.
talking about Henderson and beautiful houses, neighborhoods, and all that. Almost.
It's like a movie. It's like Pleasantville, like one of these movies.
That's what I'm trying to say.
All the houses look
yeah,
the same.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
And,
it's like a movie
and
set.
because it's that far from the ocean, I never
Yeah,
went.
you love the ocean. Yeah.
I love the ocean. I can't go as much now, but I love the beach. I love it. Love it.
When was the last time we went to the ocean?
I think last year.
Oh, we need to go.
Yeah.
We should go and watch Max surf or something. Yeah.
I want to do that. I never did do that, but I can do it.
I love the smell. I love the energy of
Everything
the
about
ocean.
it.
I know.
Everything about it.
You've always loved that.
Since I was burning my skin as a young
Yeah, you were so freaking tan, Mom.
I would get so tan, and of course we weren't using protective suntan oil.
Yeah.
We were using iodine and baby oil.
Holy crap! Trying to burn yourself, literally.
Because we didn't know it was bad. No, not to burn yourself, to get TMs.
No, I know, but you literally like
Yeah, you had to get
sizzling
burned.
yourself at iodine.
So, I mean, 40 years later, they tell you that's causes skin cancer. Well, that's great news, but when we were doing it, nobody told us that.
I know.
Because they didn't know that.
Same with smoking, same with all that stuff.
So,
It used to be really freaking
I
tan,
love being
Mom.
at the beach. I love laying out and get a tan.
Newport, Rhode Island.
Yeah, that was the best. That was the
know.
best. Because Alice, my friends and I, we used to go there
Yeah.
all the time when I lived there. Go to the beach.
You know, the ocean is great.
Yeah.
So you think you'll be in California for the rest of your life?
Yes, I plan to be.
I love that. It's amazing. Yeah.
I plan to be. But
Yeah.
you never know if I would get a boyfriend and get married.
Well, yeah.
And
That's amazing.
And I might have to move to Texas.
Are you on the dating apps, Mom, or no?
No.
How are you meeting guys now?
I'm not right now.
Would you want to have a boyfriend?
No.
You don't-
If you had a lot of money, yes, I would.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
I
yeah.
would.
wonder
I mean a lot of money.
I wonder if there's like dating apps for people your age.
There are.
Wow.
There are for singles 55 and up. There are a lot of them.
Wow.
Because because somebody's 55, they're
I
not
know.
dead.
Totally.
50 is the new 40.
I'm 54. I know.
So-
Would you try one of those apps or no?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Are you happy? You like being by yourself?
No.
Okay. And I have no cats either. So yeah.
It's really hard since I lost my cat. My cats. It's
And
really hard.
And you wouldn't get like any kind of pet now? Anything like a gerbil? I don't know. What
I
would
don't
you
want a
get?
gerbil.
What was-
I want a cat or a dog. When I came back, especially when I go away, like when I went to Florida and I came back
Yeah.
late at night, the house was empty. There was
I
nobody
know.
greeting me, nobody
Yeah.
there. The cats did that for me.
I know.
So, yeah, I really missed them, but I don't know.
You can't have dogs over there though.
You can. People have big
How come
dogs.
you should watch Stella sometime. I don't think you're allowed to.
When I first moved there, it was cats only.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
yeah.
how long I've been there.
Okay.
And
So
about
now Stella could stay with you.
Stella, any dog could stay with
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
They could stay with me.
Okay.
Luckily, there's move show dogs because I get to know them all when I'm sitting outside.
Yeah.
They get so they know me. And, yeah, there's a lot of dogs. There's a lot of dogs there.
So maybe
I don't know, Toby. I mean, I've thought about it, all of this a lot since the cats have been gone.
Yeah.
But number one, right now I'm good. Right now I'm good.
We're now focused on you and your health. And
No, but I mean, I'm on the third floor. If I got
Yeah.
a dog, well, there's an elevator, but if I got a dog, I take the dog out 3 or 4 times a day.
Yeah.
On the other hand, there's no litter box.
Yeah.
If I
That's
were
true.
going to take a dog, and I've really thought about this, I would go to the shelter and take an older dog that nobody wants.
Mm.
Because I'm elderly, they're elderly,
Yeah.
so they could have some good years.
That's nice.
I wouldn't get a puppy or a young dog because I'm probably not going to outlive them. I don't know. I could.
Yeah.
I mean, I could.
Totally.
But I would get an older animal,
Yeah.
an animal that has been in the home,
Yeah,
that
that's nice.
somebody's dropped them off because they don't want them anymore.
Yeah.
That's what I would, if I was going to
I think that's nice.
get a dog.
Yeah. Do you like growing old, Mom, or no?
It sucks.
Okay.
My mother used to say it was the golden years.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute, she lied.
I think the golden years maybe were your 50s and 60s. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that too. I think 40 to 60 might be the golden years.
Yeah.
But these are not.
Yeah. It's a bum out.
Well, aging is aging, you know what I mean?
know.
What can you do about it?
Is there like an age you want to live to? You have a goal? Like I'd like to live
honestly, I'd like to live until True is 16 at least.
How old is she now?
She's 11.
Oh, yeah, you got that,
because
Mom. Come on, man.
Her and I is extremely close.
Yeah.
And this would hit her so hard. I know it would. I hope I can stay around till she's a real teenager.
That's fine here. Yeah.
That, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
really.
You're good.
Because she'd be able to handle it, whatever, more.
But I feel like you're in good shape mentally, like you're there.
Yeah, I'll stay as long as I can.
Yeah.
But if I stop knowing your name or who you are, get a gun.
You don't want to be in a home or nothing like that.
Don't put me in a home.
Okay.
My kids have 3 homes. Somebody better take me in.
Yeah.
I raised them by myself. Don't get me on this.
Yeah.
I raised them by myself.
Yeah.
A lot of you are not putting me at home.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to Grandma too. We were keeping her at home with a caregiver. And I came back to Rhode Island because she was not well.
Yeah.
And she lived to be 86. She had the caregiver, and I was able to get to Foxwood what they call family leave when you have an ailing husband or a parent. So I was on that family leave so that if something happened, I could go down there and stay with her.
Okay.
So between Michelle, who was a newlywed, that's how Michelle and I became so close. If she would leave her job and come to Taunton and stay with her for 2 or 3 days. She did that more than once.
Okay.
And I also, like when she broke her wrist, I got a call from the hospital. She's there alone. And you know what? First thing when I walked in, she said, I was so scared. And she was there alone.
Yeah, it's scary. Yeah.
So...
yeah.
I don't know what I was even getting at.
It's about like not being by yourself and not putting a home
and that family's got to be responsible. But then I was there when she did die, but that was another case. I came down because she sounded like she had pneumonia. She didn't really know that. So I came down, took her immediately to her doctor.
Yeah.
And she said that she did have pneumonia, the beginning of pneumonia. She gave her 2 shots in her butt and let her go home. She didn't put her... I said to her, do you think she needs to be in the hospital?
Yeah.
She said, well, I'm going to give her these 2 shots, and if she isn't better by the weekend, we'll put her in. Well, she didn't last till the weekend.
Oh, man.
You know?
Yeah.
But she was 86, and I'm sure she was ready to go.
Yeah. I wish it wasn't I hate that part of life that we're not here forever. It sucks.
You're not.
I know.
Everybody gets their turn, so don't mess it up.
I know. We're here temporarily, though. It's interesting. Like,
you're not permanent. You're not permanent. No.
And then do you think that there's an afterlife where
I absolutely.
That you can look down and see us and stuff?
I absolutely believe that.
In a religious way?
In a religious way and in a human way.
Yeah.
I really do believe that.
I believe there's an afterlife, too, of some sort.
Because I've had some incidences in my life that told me someone was there.
I mean, you saw Dad when he passed. We talked about that in the last podcast.
Yes.
That was really
I did have a couple of things with your dad after he passed.
Yeah.
And nobody can tell me that didn't happen. It happened.
Yeah.
It happened to me. And even one of my cats, this is so stupid.
Were they your cats?
My cat that I adopted from Rebecca. I had 3 cats at one point.
Yeah.
She had a tiger cat called Lucky.
Okay.
And she wanted to get rid of
You like tiger cats.
Yeah. So I took this cat, wasn't young. So I took this cat, and this cat died. I woke up one morning, and she was in the bathroom making terrible sounds. And then she went into the cat box, and she died right there. So it's like, okay. So I called Rebecca because it had been her cat. I said, we got to bury this cat. I don't want to put her in a trash barrel.
No, fuck
So
that.
we did bury her, and I'm not going to say where because it's probably illegal, but whatever.
Okay.
We went and buried the cat. I went home, and a couple of days later, I swear to you, that cat was in my bed.
What?
Close to me. I could feel her walk. I could feel him walking over me. I could feel no noise. I didn't hear any sound. it was because that he was walking the way my cats always did, walking
That's
over
crazy.
me, kind of laying down, but I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
But I said, Lucky, are you here? You came back. That was the whole thing. And I told Rebecca, the cat has not left.
That is crazy.
So for a couple of weeks, off and on, that cat would be there. I swear to God,
That's
there. And then
crazy.
it just went away.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that damn cat is back.
It's wild. Yeah, but I feel like this. I want it to be see the afterlife where I can keep an eye on, Max. You know what I mean? Like just look down and see wherever I'm going to be at. It's interesting how.
I just want.
Nobody's ever died and came back and said this is what it was like.
Well, no, because
some people say they might have done that, but
right, but. I know your dad's been watching you all these years.
Sure.
And there's many times I've talked to your dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And do I feel like he comes around you guys when something big is happening? I really believe he does.
Mm-hmm.
I really believe he does.
Yeah. And like we all see him after this. You know what I mean? Like
you will.
When you go whenever that's going to be 20 years from now, you'll be with him, and then you'll be both together.
Everybody will be. And I
hope it's really like that, though.
You know what? Amazing. When Norman died, and Norman and your dad were close, even when nobody in his family liked Norman. My parents said my father was terrible to him. When he came back from Vietnam, him and your dad were very, very close.
Okay.
He still misses him.
Yeah.
And when Norman died, my first thought was, you're going to see Tracy.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah.
You're going to see Tracy.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Your best friend. Yeah.
Your friend will be there to meet you.
Yeah.
And that just made me feel better. And that Tracy has been gone for so long. And hey, your friend's going to join you.
Yeah. So your dad wasn't good to his son, Norman? He wasn't good to him, really?
He was.
And he went to the war and stuff and everything? That's crazy.
And he was a hero. He had the Purple Star.
Damn. Purple Heart.
Purple Heart.
Yeah.
You know why? Because he came home with long hair.
Oh, okay.
Okay. My father was very prejudiced, and God forgive him.
That was rebellious to have long hair back then. Yeah.
God forgive him, because this kid was a good kid. He was a hero. He was struggling with what happened in Vietnam, and he wanted him out. He
probably saw a lot of tragedy there for sure. And he came back.
Sure he did.
Which turned him into what he turned into for sure.
Yes, he was a disabled veteran mentally and emotionally, and he did get injured. He did get, I gotta think.
Discharged?
No, he got injured when his medic was blown to smithereens, but he got shrapnel in his leg. I couldn't think of it as
It's crazy how they treat him when they go fight for the country and they come back and they're just kind of just thrown to the side. We don't need you no more.
They do.
It's really sad how the veterans are treated.
I think the veterans deserve so much more than what they're getting.
Yeah.
And not necessarily in money, in mental health care and health care. And they should be the first ones getting
Some of them are on the streets right now.
In San Francisco, I saw that too when Norman was there. And he went and found some vets, not that he knew.
Really?
He said he went into, what's that place where a lot of them are vets?
The VFW halls? Or
No, out on the streets. But anyway, he told me they're still out on the streets all these years. All these years. That is not right.
And they were so proud going there to fight for this country.
Right.
They're so proud to go fight for us, and then they come back.
And then they came home, and the rest of us had turned against the war in Vietnam, which we should have never got into. Never, ever. And these kids didn't get a hurrah or a parade or anything when they came home.
Yeah.
Because everybody thought they shouldn't have been there.
So long hair back then was like really rebellious and like you're a dirtbag or something?
Only to my father.
I'm sure
not to my mother.
I'm sure people his age, like the hippies or like the
whatever.
Druggies.
This was his son. He had just come back from Vietnam.
Yeah.
I don't forgive him for any of that.
Yeah. You went tight with your dad.
Huh?
You went tight with your dad.
I was a daddy's girl when I was younger, but then as I got older and he was drinking, let's not go into that.
Okay, yeah.
But anyway, no.
Your phone's ringing, Mom. You shut your ring off, please.
No. Oh,
it's a professional podcast. Is that your phone, Mom, or no?
I don't know.
It's okay.
But anyway, that's why he went to Colorado, and I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did.
Because where were you guys at when he came back? Were you in Massachusetts then? When he came back, were you guys in Massachusetts then? Had to be.
Yes, we were.
Yeah.
Yes.
So no connections to the Irish mob, right, Mom? That's what Max thinks.
None that I know of.
That's what Max thinks. You're connected to the Irish mob.
So funny. So funny.
Would you ever get a tattoo, Mom, or nah?
No.
Not at this point?
Not at any point.
You thought about it for a second, I think.
For a second I did, but then I got rid of that thought.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't do that.
Yeah.
I know. I just got a crazy. I want to show you. Hang out. Mom,
I don't want to see it, Toby. She's what? Oh.
I'm going to do something for you.
Oh, my God.
It's nothing to do with the podcast. It's just because I'm going to put these here for your hands because you keep doing that. It's going to be on the recording.
Oh.
You keep tapping your rings on the table. I love you. But I want you to be you.
Oh, my God.
No, because that's going to sound.
Okay. You could edit it to
Not that sound, though.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to show you my tattoo I got.
Toby, not on your head. Not on your head, Toby.
The hair's growing back, but it's under my hair, Mom. I'm growing my hair back. I just got a haircut like this. You're not going to see it. You're not going to see it, Mom. It's under my hair. Because my whole head's tattooed. I just wanted to surprise you.
Oh, God. I don't need to know that. I really, really don't need to know that. That's shocking.
That's shocking.
And disgusting.
That's shocking to me. My hair's going to cover it.
All I had left was praying that you didn't do it to your face.
I'm not doing my face.
And you've come close.
I'm not doing my face. But I remember how much Grandma hated my tattoos.
My God.
And
she used to write letters.
She used to write. I had the letters too. And also, I know we talked about it 6 years ago. But for all the new listeners, this story is incredible. Went to a funeral. I think it might have been my grandfather's funeral.
No, your grandma.
My grandma, I just got sick of it all dragging in my head, and I covered it up with a big Band-Aid. And when I went to the coffin to pay my respects to my grandmother, it fell off. And I heard my mom go, geez, somebody me, oh my God. Everybody gasped in the funeral home because it was my tattoo on my head.
Yeah.
So my grandma didn't see that, but anyway.
No.
Yeah.
No, she would have been happy.
Aren't you happy I'm addicted to tattoos and not drugs?
Well,
because I'm addicted to personality for sure.
You are an addictive person.
So I'm saying this is how I express myself, but I never did drugs.
I hate it, especially now that you've covered all your body.
I know.
I really hate it.
But I'm glad that I'm like a sober person.
But yes, rather than you be a drug addict, yeah.
I mean, not that any of the family's drug addicts, but I'm just saying like I could have went another way, like totally like a psychopath drinker.
You also could have gone another way and not tattoos yourself.
I know. But it's just the music I get into and the whole world I get into, skateboarding and punk rock and all that shit. I don't know. It's just how I express myself.
I gave up fight, but I hate it. And now that you did your head.
But my hair's going to go back. So.
And don't make Max do that. I see he's got a couple.
You only got a couple, Mom. That's it.
Wait. Don't you influence him to do that.
I ain't doing shit. He says Morse on his back, which is sick.
I know it.
He only has 2 tattoos. He doesn't want any more.
He's got
pretty.
2 on his knees.
Yeah, but those are like, he's a pretty model kid. He's not going to want to get tattooed.
Yeah, he is. You think people are going to want him for modeling? No.
No.
The answer is no.
But now models have tattoos. But yeah, Max can do what he wants. He's on his own shit. But I'm saying as far as like me being your son, I could have turned out totally psycho with the music I was involved in, living in New York.
Especially with that music.
I know.
Yeah, Toby, I'm very proud of you for all that.
Yeah.
That shows a lot of strength,
Yeah, thank you, Mom.
I am proud of you for that you did get involved in any of that.
Yeah. And do you like H2O's music? Do you like Offspring's music? Do you like the music that your sons are involved in?
I got used to your music.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a music I would have ever brought a record. Yeah. But there are some of H2O songs I really like.
Thank you.
And as far as the Offspring, as big as they were, except for Keep It Separated, everybody knows that song.
Oh, shit, Mom.
I didn't know who they were except for that song. And you know what? When I drove here today, that was the first song that came on.
They're huge on the radio. Yeah.
So.
But now you've grown to like their music?
I do like their music.
Yeah.
I don't love their music, but I like their music.
But it's catchy like radio music.
It's catchy and it stays in your head. And their concert, that small one we went to,
that was great. Jimmy Kimmel. That was
everybody knew the words.
Even at the big concerts.
Yeah, but at your concerts, everybody knows the words too.
True, thank you.
Because you've been around for so long.
Yeah, it's just interesting. We're both 2 different bands and 2 different levels of the world.
And that's what keeps you doing the shows, because the fans still love it. Yeah. They still love it.
No, it's awesome. Very lucky.
That's unbelievable, actually.
30 years in the band this month.
I know.
It's kind of crazy, man.
That is really, really unbelievable.
I never would have thought that would happen. Or me and Toby still be doing music. It's crazy, man.
I never did either when you were in Maryland.
I know.
I mean, sorry. He brought one band from Maryland.
Our Crowd. Did you like Outcrowd back then? Have some water. Want some water, Mom?
Wait, I don't even remember what they sounded like.
What Outcrowd? Todd, listen to your mom. Outcrowd were awesome. I loved Outcrowd, man. I thought they were great. I thought the songs were great. You know, I guess it was kind of like alternative rock punk mix. The melodies, the songs. I loved all the records, and I really thought they were going to really. I mean, they were 10 years strong in that band.
They were
10 years. Yeah, Mom.
I don't remember.
10 years
honestly,
strong in that
Toby.
band.
I don't.
And then they moved
that.
to New York to try to get it done there. Then Todd joined H2O, and that was the beginning of that whole world. But yeah, 10 years, him and Todd Friend, and yeah, that was a long.
Todd Friend and the other guy,
Gene Booth.
I see his photos all the time of his family. He looks really good.
Yeah.
And he's got a really nice family there.
That's awesome.
Really nice.
It's crazy we met Rusty because he was working with you.
He was my maintenance man.
I know that now Rusty's been in my band 30 years, and it's almost like a father figure to me. And and then Todd Morse met Todd Friend in Maryland. And we took both those two out of Maryland into New York. And
you did.
And now we're family. It's just crazy how that worked.
It's crazy how the world works.
Yeah, because you went there for a job. We went there like kicking and screaming. Fuck.
You did. You hated
Maryland.
Me. They hated me for it.
No, we didn't want. We loved Newport, Rhode Island.
And Toby brought skateboarding to Southern Maryland. They had never seen it. They had never heard of it.
No.
Your picture got in the paper. You
1984.
taught a lot of kids. One of your friends built a ramp in his yard.
Yeah.
And you really brought that to them because they were way behind.
It was a real culture shock going from Newport, Rhode Island skateboarding and surfing to like going to like rednecks and Confederate flags and racism.
Yeah, and
all this
I
shit.
was a boss, and I had a lot of men under me, and they did not like a woman boss at all. And especially a Yankee boss. Even more so.
So
it was tough.
88, 87. That would have been like 84, 85, like 14 years old, 15 years old. Because I went to full high school in Maryland, and I graduated in 88. So yeah, we were there for 4 years. It felt like freaking 10 years, though.
Yeah.
It felt like so long being there, man. But if that hadn't happened, we'd never met Rusty and never met Todd Friend. It's so crazy.
So it was supposed to happen.
It's just crazy how life is like that.
Well, life is like that. You never know.
I know.
That's why, and I believe in, and I don't always do it myself, be in the present.
Yeah.
Today. You don't have any knowledge of what's up tomorrow.
I know, man. Be
in the present. Don't be in the past. Don't be in what's going to happen a year from now. Today.
Have you always been like that?
I have to work on being like that.
Yeah.
Now I'm better at it now than I was when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I try to think of that too, you know. Today's today.
Do you worry about the future?
As long as I got a roof over my head, no.
Yeah.
I don't have any goals to finish.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you feel like you've done a lot with your life? You're happy with all the stuff you've done? Or is there some things you have a bucket list? You have a bucket list.
I do, but I'll never be able to do it. But
yeah.
If I
jumping out of a plane or something?
Maybe. If I had to write about my life, I would say it was a 50-50. There was a lot.
Why don't you write about your life? That'd be kind of sick, Mom.
There was a lot of happiness, but there was a lot of heartache.
Yeah.
There were a lot of hard times as much as there was good times.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I know. Yeah. So, but yeah, what is one bucket list thing you think you could think of?
I wanted to go to Australia, but now the trip's too long and I can't.
It's like 17 hours from here.
I couldn't do that.
I can't. I didn't want to do it. That's
Todd just did it a couple of weeks ago.
It's brutal. And then once you get there, you're so fucking jet lagged. But
what a beautiful place!
Beautiful.
Oh my
it's
God, the place where Todd was standing where that dome is.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. But I'm past that bucket list because I know I can't do that.
Yeah.
That trip. I would not make it.
Did you like flying to Florida? Was that too long flight? 5 hours?
I was okay with that. Well, it's like 5 hours going in, like 4 hours.
Do you like traveling?
I love traveling, except I love it, but it's getting more and more difficult for me in the airport.
Mm-hmm.
The point where I go in the airport till I get to my gate. I've had to have a wheelchair a couple of times.
I hate all the whole part.
If I get there 2 hours early, I'm fine.
Okay.
But if you drop me off and I have got 1.5 hours, I am anxiety ridden. And that to force Tracy when he took me to not leave me there at an hour and a half. And he did do 2 hours. He didn't want to.
Yeah.
But it was a holiday week. There were so many people.
Yeah.
Even that early in the morning. It was like 6:30.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Brutal,
Well, my
man.
flight was at 8. So, but the trip and everything actually was good.
Yeah.
I was worried about what I was going to be up against at both airports because of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But my planes were on time. I got on the planes, but this time I took my bag, like a
Carry on?
no, like I don't know what to say. It's
A roll on?
it didn't have a roll. It's a cloth bag,
Okay.
like a duffel bag. There I got it. And the thing
Tote
about that, when I take that, it's so heavy when I'm walking. So at LA, I had to ask for a wheelchair. I got over asked for a wheelchair. Take me to my gate.
Yeah.
A beautiful thing.
That's
a
awesome.
beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Pride is not any good
Mm.
because the last time I was at LAX and I tried to carry that bag so long, I thought I was going to die. I didn't think I was going to make it there.
Damn. Okay. Yeah.
So I took advantage of everything an old person
You're a
can
senior
take
citizen
advantage.
now. Fuck
Yes. I didn't take it on the way back because my gate was so close.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was so close.
Yeah.
But that time that I had to walk so far in LAX, I had the last damn gate, the farthest
brutal,
out gate.
dude.
I had to keep stopping. There was nobody walking with me, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to make it. I don't
Yeah.
think I can make it. So I'm never doing that.
You get to
again.
take your shoes off too now.
I don't have to. And
No,
they
you don't
try.
have to take
Yeah,
your shoes off.
they tried to make me, and I always say, I'm 78, and then they like, oh, okay.
See, they think you're young. See.
Yeah. See, I'm like, I ain't taking them off. And when I found out you didn't have to, I was happy.
I mean, going to the airport just in general, once you get into the open doors and then you have to walk through security to the gate.
Tedious, it's very
I don't know why the
tedious.
stress, even if you like have nothing wrong in your bag, no water, no illegal shit, it's just, you're still have that anxiety, man. It sucks.
I like I say, I don't. If I'm there 2 hours early,
You're good to go.
and now I have my boarding pass from home, on my phone,
Yeah.
I don't check my bags.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just getting from there to my gate, and I don't mind if I have to hang out for an hour and a
Yeah,
half.
that's cool.
I'm relaxed then.
Yeah.
I'm where my plane is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be running in trying to catch
Yeah.
a plane. That is not me.
So you, Tracy, and Todd got to go somewhere I haven't been yet that I'm going to go soon, and at the Punk Rock Museum. I never got to go there yet, and I'm going to go there.
You've got to go.
I'm going to give a tour, but Dickie Barrett sent me a picture with you, and you, you and him are super close, and that was a really cool moment.
Me. The striking thing about that was we walked in. I didn't even know Dickie was the tour guy.
Yeah.
And he had a bunch of people with him. And I was just the first one who came in. He grabs me and starts tugging me. Oh, Mrs. Morse, I'm so glad to see you. I haven't seen you in so long.
He's the sweetest.
He went on, and Todd's behind me. And then he noticed Todd. But, I mean, it was really surprising. And he was really funny when we were with him. Really funny. And Todd worked there last week, he said.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
And they'd have you work there if you were
it's a cool museum. I haven't been there yet. Yeah.
Oh, you've got to. Not just all the groups that you know, and some of them I don't know.
Yeah.
But there are quite a few pictures there of you, of Todd,
It's awesome.
of Kimmel. Kimmel went with us. That's right. There was a picture of Kimmel and Todd. I mean, there's quite a few, and of course, him being an offspring, but there's a lot of pictures of offspring, but before he was there. But it's just, you'll love it. I really loved it.
That's
I didn't
cool.
think I'd love it as much as I did.
Yeah.
It was wonderful, and they had this guitar room where,
Bunch of people's guitars.
yeah.
That's cool.
And you could play the guitars. I mean, it was just fun. Maybe because Dickie was there.
Yeah.
He kept leaving his tour. Now, he had a tour he was getting paid for to join us, okay?
Yeah.
Because we went on our own. And all of a sudden, we'd get to a room and he'd be there.
Oh, my God.
And I'd be like, Dickie, don't you have a tour? He said, they're fine for now. They're good. Oh, my God. That was really so much fun.
Yeah, he was always awesome to us. Boston's always such a
And
great
I
band
said
our
that to
band.
him. I've never forgotten
So great to our
how
band, too.
good you were to
Yeah.
H2O. I told him
Yeah,
that.
man, incredible.
I said you were so good to them and tried to bring them up
They
with
taught
you.
They taught us so much back then.
Yes,
man. Wonderful
yes.
people.
And he's still as good as ever.
Great personality, great
Yeah,
person, great
yeah,
front man.
yeah,
I'm definitely gonna get out to Vegas and go to that for sure.
He'd be thrilled to see you.
I know. He lives in Arizona, I think, too. Actually,
I don't know. I didn't ask him that.
Yeah.
I just know he was there.
Yeah, but the Bosstones, man, what a great
I
band.
love that band.
I know.
There's a band I did love, really.
Yeah, are there some other bands that you met that you know through us you actually like? Like, did you like the Ramones and stuff like that, or?
I liked the Ramones. That was more my era, going towards my era there.
Yeah, because they were catchy and melodic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What kind of music do you listen to now? You listen to music in the car, like?
Actually, I listen to everything. Like today, first, Offspring was on, and then Bob Marley was on.
Nice.
And Bob Marley is my favorite guy.
Okay.
Reggae was in my life when I was a young wife and mother.
Okay.
All the time. I like rock and roll. I like some singers, especially. Yeah. There's some bands that I like. I've always loved blues and jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Always loved that.
Yeah.
I used to go hear it when I lived in Newport every Sunday.
Where at? What's the place? Blue Pellet? No,
Ocean Cliff. It was at.
Okay.
I love that a lot. But I'm open. I'm open to, and I don't love all hip hop.
Yeah.
Some of it is really good. And I don't love all rappers, but I love certain rappers.
I know you love Eminem for sure.
Don't tell him about my secret love.
You like LL Cool J too?
Oh, and he's going to be at the casino there in
Vegas?
Yeah, no, here.
In LA? We should go. I'd love to take you to LL Cool J. I love his new album. It's incredible, man.
He's playing at one of the casinos on that route.
You have juice in the casinos because you're OG?
I have no juice in these casinos or in the casinos in Vegas. I'm sorry, but they don't care. I don't usually tell them when I'm at a gaming table that I'm a blackjack dealer.
Ooh.
That's not wrong, but that's not a good idea.
Okay.
Because then they're going to be watching me like,
When was the last time you played that?
When we were, one of the times, I don't remember which one, when we were I was visiting Todd, and Sophia and Tracy were there. And we went somewhere during the day, was just like, not really in Vegas, but close to Vegas.
Yeah, outskirts.
That had stuff for the kids, climbing stuff, and outside eating and all that kind of stuff. No, there was one casino that was near us that you could walk to. It wasn't a famous one. So we're sitting there, kids are hanging around, we're hanging around, and Tracy says, I think I'm going to go over and play some blackjack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was right across the street. I said, let's go. He said, we're going to get 100. Give me 50 and you 50. So we went over, and we played a $10 table.
Yeah.
And we started to win. And we started to win enough that we won back 100 plus another 100.
Damn.
So I says to him, if anybody new comes to this table, we should go, because the cards are going to change and we're going to lose that all right back.
Your shit, yeah.
So then, sure enough, this couple sit down that was splitting tens. I hate nothing more than splitting tens. That's how the rest of us lose our money.
I got you.
So we lose a couple of hands. I said, Tracy, let's go. And we did. So we came out there with $100.
That's great. Yeah.
So of course I gave him back his 50 plus. I only took 50.
But that's cool. You still can read that shit and know what's gonna happen.
But oh yeah, I can. So Todd, I don't know where he was with the kids. When we came back and we had a little bit of money, he said, I want to go over there. And Todd doesn't really know how to play blackjack anymore.
Yeah.
So Tracy said, hey, I want a little money. Get 100 out if you want to go. It's only it was across the street. So they left and went, and they were back 15 minutes later. And Todd had lost all his money.
Oh, my God.
Because with him, because he doesn't know really how to play, Tracy said when he started to win a couple, he started to put more chips on toinstead of putting them on little by little. So then that fourth hand wiped him out. Just took his money. But that was fun that day. It was really fun.
So that's the last time you kind of did some stuff like that?
I think so.
Yeah.
Back to Kim and I were gambled one time. It must have been in Vegas, but I don't remember exactly when. It was her and I, and she's a pretty damn good blackjack player.
Oh, she is?
Oh, Todd gave us money. We were in a hotel. Gave us both a couple $100 to go downstairs.
Oh, wow.
That was his first mistake. But anyway, I was doing great.
Yeah.
And Kim's one, she wants to go to the $25 table.
Yeah.
But she's a good player. So I lost all but $50 of mine. I mean, I won, I lost, I won.
Yeah.
So I came over and I think we had 200 between us, which he gave us 400. So I said, let's try to hit this $25 table.
Yeah,
We both played. And damn, she won back some of the money. I don't know if we won this. I think we won all but 100.
Wow.
So I said, let's go because this is not going to be good.
Yeah.
But we were hitting at that $25 table.
So maybe we'll go see LL Cool J, do some gambling there. I don't know. Have you ever seen the hip hop show live or anything?
No.
Damn, we should try. When is LL Cool J? It's coming. We should try to go. That'd be so crazy to bring LL Cool J.
He's at, I don't know what casino. I'll tell you if I see.
You also like Usher too, right?
I've always liked
He
Usher.
said a Vegas thing too for a while. I wish I saw that too.
And I love the guy with the band.
R&B or hip hop?
No, Bruno Mars.
Oh, Bruno Mars.
I would pay for a concert of his.
I know.
Too. He has the dancing,
It's incredible,
he's got
man.
everything
He's
going
got like
for
a
him.
Prince vibe to him.
He does, and he really does everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really a show.
Did you see a lot of concerts in your life?
No, very few.
That's crazy.
Very few. We didn't
Especially
have,
all music
listen,
kids.
we didn't have money.
No, later on in life.
Oh,
I'd see
later
like
on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I went to
Like a big concert, like a
I saw
like some of you saw, like
I saw
Rod Stewart or something.
I
or?
saw a few concerts. I did see a few concerts at Foxwood.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I did go to a few.
Yeah.
And one of them was, I can't think of his name now. He just had one name. And I saw a couple of artists there.
Yeah.
We didn't get a discount on tickets.
Yeah.
I mean, we had to pay for our own tickets.
Yeah.
But I went to a few concerts there. But between that and when I was living in Massachusetts, no.
No. And you never played music or guitar?
I have
piano?
no talent. I have no talent. I tell people who ask me that about you guys. I'm like, don't be looking at me because I have no talent.
Can't sing or nothing either now?
I used to be able to sing better, but now my voice is getting tired, so I really can't. I really can't get the notes up because my voice is getting tired.
What do you mean getting tired? As you get older, it gets tired?
Yeah, my voice box and everything. It really does.
That's
Everything
crazy.
that's in me is 78 years old.
I know.
So
it's
for
crazy.
78 years, I've been talking to Blue Street.
That's
So
pretty
my
crazy,
my
actually.
singing has sort of gone away. I mean, I can sing, but not good.
Yeah.
Not good. I used to sing a lot. I used to sing along to the song on the radio in the car, and I didn't know all the words.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
Tracy used to point out that too. I always sang to the music,
And make up your own words.
but I didn't always know all the words.
I remember driving around with no seatbelts back then. That was totally normal.
I think of that all the time.
It's crazy.
That you survived. But then, again, we didn't know that wasn't safe.
Yeah.
You kids were in the back seat of a station wagon.
Just wide open between.
Jumping all around. No seatbelts.
I know, man. It was so crazy, man.
But you lived. Just luckily, I didn't get in an accident.
Yeah.
Because if that's the thing, when people got in accidents, and more people were dying. Because they were getting thrown out of the car and thrown all around in the car.
We never could afford steak. We never had steak growing up. I know we had meatloaf. You made your famous meatloaf. But we never had. Do we ever have steak in the house?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, I
steak.
remember.
Or a
having
roast,
steak.
like
yeah.
a big roast.
Yeah.
In fact,
we had fish sticks in the microwave and shit.
you hated fish sticks.
Oh, that was disgusting. Yeah.
You hated them so. You weren't fussy about food, but you hated those. I remember clearly.
I remember going to A&W root beer stand in Taunton, Mass. It was
Love
so
that.
cool.
Love that.
The root beer floats and that was so classic. Pope in the car.
And so cheap.
Oh my god.
That was.
I haven't been to Taunton in years, man. I heard it's like there's a skate park there. I heard it's like totally like.
It's built up a lot. I haven't either, Toby.
I know.
The last time I was there was when I buried my mother.
Wow. I go see Dad when I go out there for sure.
Yeah, you do.
But where is Grandma?
She's buried with your dad.
Oh yeah, she is close, right? Same spot.
Yeah, because I did that because that was a double plot.
But not next to each other, are they?
They're probably on top of one another. But
is there a gravestone for her?
It's engraved on there. Her name's engraved with your dad's name.
That's why it's on there. I never freaking knew that. I've been there 100 times.
Yes.
I didn't know why. I didn't know she was on top of him. That's crazy.
You were there when she got buried.
I know. I still remember, like, that's why he's on the grave. That's crazy.
We went to that grave.
I know. What is that quote on the grave? Because it says, lead us to the spring of life-giving water. And I have that tattooed on me because his son's band's called H2O. It's so crazy that that's on my father's grave.
That's a psalm. That's a prayer I had put on that.
But it's crazy. Lead us to the spring of life-giving water.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's your kids. Hi. That's so
that's
crazy.
That's hopefully they went.
That's
But
pretty
I
wild,
remember.
Mom.
You should remember that because Tracy, when they opened up his father's grave, he broke completely down.
Oh my God.
And Sheil was well. They had to dig a hole, and Sheil went and comforted him. I mean, he was really. I think the thought that you open up my dad's grave, but they didn't open up where you could see the casket.
I didn't realize I could even do that. That's not. I didn't know they could do that.
Of course they can. It was a side. No, really, I think it was a side-by-side grave because I bought it 2 slots.
Okay.
But I knew I wasn't going to go back there and get buried there. I knew it early on when I started moving to other places. So Grandma had her funeral all taken care of at the funeral home, but she didn't have a plot.
Okay.
So I said, I think your father would really love that if Grandma was there.
Wow, man.
So I put her there.
And you don't want to be there. You want to be cremated somewhere in the ocean.
I'm getting cremated.
You want to be thrown in the ocean somewhere?
Yeah.
Does it matter, East or West Coast ocean?
Doesn't matter to me
Okay.
which. I'm here, so Pacific, I guess.
Yeah, somewhere in the ocean.
Yeah, just don't be out there with the fishes.
Yeah. I kind of like that too.
So because it's just my choice. I'm not going to go on.
Not to get morbid, but you're an ocean person. Like, you're one with the sea.
I'm an ocean person. When I'm dead, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Don't let my body rot in the ground. Just put my dust in the ocean.
Yeah.
I'm a lot happier with that.
I'm
very happy with that choice.
I respect that.
And it's less expensive, but that's not the reason.
No. What year were you born, Mom?
46.
It's crazy, man. Before I was like, were there phones? Of course there were phones back then, but
of course
just imagine seeing what you've seen through your eyes since you were born.
And also, I got to see the first TVs. TVs didn't come out till like the mid-50s.
Okay.
And first, nobody had a TV. Then only wealthy people had a TV. And we didn't get a TV right away. But one Christmas, before it was the 60s, my dad came home with a cabinet TV.
Yeah.
And we were thrilled to death. That was the first time we got to watch TV ever.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Black and white TV.
And we had the kind of thing that did the records.
Oh, yeah.
We had the records. We didn't have discs or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
It was real records.
Did you ever go to your first movie theater?
We went to the movies a lot.
But movie theaters started when they weren't around you.
Oh, they were around. They were definitely.
Okay.
And they were 25 cents a piece. I wrote that down for Todd one time. When I, as a kid, was going to the movies, that's how my mother could afford it, because 4 kids, it was only $1.
Dude.
But we used to walk to the theater, a bunch of us, not just...
25 cents.
And I forget what the popcorn was, but it must have been like 10 or 15 cents.
Dude.
And now they take your leg off when you go to the movies.
Oh, it's like $20 a person at least for everything. It's crazy.
One quarter when they first opened. And that was just after they had gone from black and white to color.
Yeah. Your favorite movies that you still watch, Mom?
I don't even remember them, to tell you the truth. It's so long ago.
I know.
What was I watching? 16?
No, I'm saying, are you watching new movies too?
What do you mean?
No, I'm saying, though, are you watching movies a lot still or no?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of Netflix. I like to watch these series, these that you got to sit down and watch a lot of. There's some really, really good ones.
What movies you mean?
No, like the series,
Oh, yeah. Netflix and stuff like that.
Oh, my God. It's so addicting.
It's so good.
So freaking...
So you're watching Netflix, you're watching everything.
Yeah, I am. That's all I have.
Yeah.
I did have Peacock, but I had to get rid of it. And I only have Netflix because of Tracy. That's really nobody's business.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that.
No, it's okay. Oh, what, did he let you sign into his account?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. People do it all the time, Mom.
But I mean, shouldn't have mentioned that. But
What?
anyway, that's how I have Netflix.
Yeah.
And I think he told me I also have
Hulu?
no.
HBO? Amazon?
It's another one. I can't think of it right now. It's none of those. But the stuff they have on there hasn't really appealed to me. But
Mom, what time you wake up usually?
I'm a
Early bird.
no.
Oh, you're not. You're like me then. You sleep.
I'm a sleep in.
Love that.
I worked for so many years. I do not get up early. I don't stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning, but I usually stay up till 10 or 11.
You wake up like what, 9 or 10?
More 10-ish than 9.
Nice, Mom. That's good, solid sleep.
Why not? I don't have to go anywhere.
That's amazing, yeah.
And I probably need that sleep.
You're like 10
because
hours.
I get numerous times during the night.
Yeah, we get like 10. You get 10 hours of sleep or something. That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't have a job.
No, I like that. But sleep is good. It's so good for you, man. And do you get your annual checkups too, Mom, and stuff like that?
All of that.
Yeah.
I've had every.
It's super important, man.
I've had every
checkup,
test,
colonoscopy, all that shit.
No, and scans, CAT scans, and MRIs, and all that. Many of them once my back problem started.
Yeah, I just got.
They have seen every part of my body, not just the bones, all of it.
Yeah, I just got my first MRI. It was so scary, like being in that tunnel. That thing was crazy, man.
You should tell them because a lot of people.
There's open ones. I didn't realize.
What?
There's open MRIs now, where it's opened up.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Well, I cannot get an MRI.
Okay.
I can do a lot of things.
Yeah,
I right away get that. And so my doctor always sent me one Valium.
Ah.
I could, and sometimes I think they give you something there.
They do. They offer me something. I was like,
yeah,
I'm good.
You should have, because that feeling, if my head's out, I have no problem.
Yeah. I have no problem either. My head's out.
Because the CAT scan does like here. But getting in that, I did it once. I tried to.
I freaked out. I told him to take me out of it.
Yeah, I had to leave. I had to leave.
You couldn't do it?
No.
Wow.
So I called my
dude.
doctor and said,
I'm just like you. That's crazy.
Many people can't do it.
I know.
So I called my doctor. I said, look, I could not do it.
Yeah.
I know it. I need to get it done. I said, you need to give me something. So now every time I have to go, he gives me one Valium prescription before I go.
So what's up? You like loopy when you get in?
Well, you're not loopy. Valium is
keeps you calm.
Not a sedative, but yeah, it calms everything down.
Okay. So you have no problem doing it now when you're on the Valium.
The Valium, I go in, go ahead.
Probably fall asleep in there.
No, it's not that kind. It's just it relaxes everything in you, so that you don't have that feeling.
That panic attack, that anxiety. Yeah.
It's claustrophobia.
It was horrible, man.
Did you get it done?
I did. It said take me out first. They pulled me out. I said, okay, give me a second. Let me breathe. Give me some eye. I had some eye things. I said, give me earplugs. And then I went in there. I kept my eyes shut. It was like 10 minutes, and I just did it.
Yeah, it isn't that long. But let me tell you, it seems like a million years.
Because your mind's like, what if it gets stuck? I start freaking out.
No, my mind is more like I'm inside a casket. Like you're closed in.
Yeah.
Nobody can see me.
They give you the thing to squeeze in case you
get
scared.
They do.
But they leave the room. I'm like, I'm in this fucking room by myself in there.
And the noise of it is very that I don't even mind, but the feeling of being in a cylinder like that.
Brutal, man.
And they're not surprised when people have to walk out.
No, they're used to it. They're like, you want a pillow or something?
Yeah, they have something there, I think. I never knew that, but
my mind starts thinking like, what if this thing doesn't work? What if I get stuck? Like,
yeah, that'd be horrible.
But can I climb out the back because it is open? But how can I move my arms? Like it's
yeah.
I freaked out.
Well, that's
man.
claustrophobia. To be that close with that all around you like that.
But are you claustrophobic anywhere else in the whole world except for that?
No.
Me either.
I haven't had a problem.
I mean, I don't like airplane bathrooms for some reason.
Yeah.
They bother me.
I can't get in that thing. So now my doctors know that. And like even my orthopedic guy, he sent me for one. Numerous people have sent me for these because of my back problem.
Yeah.
I said, look, I hope you know I can't get in it. You got to give me something. And sometimes they just give me something to take.
Yeah, I'm not. I never want to do that again, man. But I'm glad I got it done.
Take something if you have to, because it doesn't knock you out. You're awake.
I know.
But you're just calm.
I know.
You're calm.
After that, somebody sent me a photo like, oh, just ask for the open one. And they sent me a picture. You go underneath it and all the sides, everything's open. It's just something.
It is?
Yeah, it's crazy. I have a picture of it. I'm sure.
I bet they don't have one. I don't know that they have one where I've gone.
I mean, you have to ask one. I think if you just ask one, they might let you know. I don't know. It's weird that they would just not offer that to people. I just don't know why they offer something like that.
That's such a difference.
Oh,
because you can see.
I know. I
you
don't have
can
it
see
anymore.
up there.
When I found out after, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, but maybe not all hospitals have that.
I know, man. It was definitely, it was a crazy experience, man. I don't want to do that again, but I had to do it because I have a pinched nerve and now I'm getting better and I was scared, but I had to.
You have to do it because, like, if you have anything like broken bones, broken arms and that is just an x-ray, but if you have anything broken in here or any, let's say, injuries, injuries or whatever, they've got to see inside.
I know. It's crazy what they can see.
And the bones especially.
Yeah.
A CAT scan only shows your skeleton, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But my problem was in my skeleton.
It was? Okay.
So I mean, they could see where my breaks were, what was happening, you know.
It's crazy when MRI can kind of feel it vibrating through your stomach. It's like a weird thing. It's like, is this good for me?
It sees inside of you. They're very important.
But
it's not like you take it every day.
But I feel like those machines in 2024, 25, there could be like a quieter machine. We're so ahead in science. Like, why was it like, like the sounds are so prehistoric.
Loud.
The sounds are so, they can't fix the sounds. Like, it can't be a new machine that's like easier. There's got to be some
I'm
new
sure
shit.
there probably is.
They'll scan your body or something like that.
Or just do it like that, right? With the.
Are we related to Morse code at all? No.
No. You've asked me that many
times. There's nothing related to Morse. Samuel Morse, none of that shit.
We could be related to Samuel Morse. I don't know that.
I know. It's kind of cool to think we are,
but not Morse code. I know you're not.
No, none of that. Weird, huh?
Yeah.
Do you have any regrets in your life, Mom?
Many. I'm not going to talk about them here. Many.
You don't have one you can share? Okay, what about one more bucket list thing you want to do? Okay, you said you skydive. You really would skydive? There's no way you'd skydive. I don't know if you're allowed to skydive at your age. I wonder if that's the thing.
There are 100-year-old people going up and skydiving for the first time. Women and men.
Did you see this new Dick Van Dyke Coldplay video?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Did you see it?
I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
He turns 99 this Friday.
Yeah.
He's 98. He's dancing on it. He has a dance floor at his house.
He does.
And I want to show you after this. We're going to cry together. It's the most beautiful video. And he's the neighbor of Chris Martin of Coldplay. And he said, yo, you want to be in my video? Basically, we're friends. And like, they made this incredible video. It's so beautiful, man. He's like, he's smiling. He's doing all of his old dances from Mary Poppins. He's doing all his old dances from when he was a kid, though.
Yeah,
that's so beautiful,
But that's wonderful, I think.
I know.
Almost 100. If he can dance, I can too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You still dance?
By myself? No. Yes, I dance a lot when I go to Todd's.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dancing going on.
You're not in your house like dancing by yourself and shit like that.
But they like to do these dance contests, but we never let anybody where you get up and dance by yourself.
Yeah.
And then it's hilarious.
I think one bucket list thing for me is to take you to a rap concert. I want to do that.
Okay.
I'm looking to Ella Cool J and see. I'd love to see Ella Cool J. You love Ella Cool J. That'd be freaking awesome.
I love him too.
I'll look up that date. What about somewhere else you want to travel to that's not as far as Australia?
Hawaii.
Okay, yeah.
I've never been there? No.
Okay.
I'd really like to go to Hawaii for my 80th birthday.
Okay. That's a great thing.
And have people come
because we're talking about going to Hawaii next year. This might be.
I'll be 80. I'll be with you.
That'd be freaking next June. That's a really good goal, actually.
Well,
I'm off in June, too.
Keep that goal in mind because I really want to go.
I think that'd be kind of sick, man.
It would be. I love the beach. It's so tropical.
Max loves surfing there.
Oh, my God. He loves I would be able to see him surfing every day.
I know what? I think this is a really fucking cool thing, actually.
Yeah.
And now that we put it on the podcast, then we have to do it. But yeah, it's true. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is real personal because we're going to talk about our teeth. We both have receding gums. Your teeth are good now because you have new teeth.
I don't have any.
But you have new teeth.
Yeah.
Will that happen to me too when I get older?
How many teeth have you lost?
None.
Oh, then probably not.
None.
Because you're going to the dentist all the time.
Totally. I got my teeth are good.
I
yeah.
didn't. I had 3 kids, and yes, my teeth went little by little.
You put all your health and everything aside to make sure we were okay, and I appreciate that.
Right.
You sacrificed a lot.
But because I didn't have enough calcium with Todd because he came so soon after Tracy.
Interesting.
And that's why he had those teeth go black when he was 4.
Todd had black teeth?
His 4 top teeth when he was like 4. They just turned black.
What the hell?
No, and my pediatrician said that's exactly why. You didn't have enough calcium in your system.
Calcium deficiency, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So his second teeth were fine. But he lost these 4 before he ever needed to.
It's crazy. There's no photos of it, no proof from back then. There's no cameras.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding. Like, there's no picture of Todd black teeth.
Well, no. Ray took photos of you kids when you were little, a lot of photos.
Yeah.
Maybe he has one, but I don't. I don't have one.
I also know why that I've been talked to since I started going to therapy, why I have a fear of hospitals and fear of death and all this shit. 1, obviously losing dad at a very young age, and then worrying about losing you. And then 2, being in a hospital at a young age and some sort of trauma for me being in the hospital when I was dying.
But do you really remember that?
I don't, but some subconscious of mine probably does, and I maybe blocked it out.
Probably.
And so that's why I fucking hate hospitals. And I do everything I can to avoid getting sick because maybe that experience. It's really interesting what you block out as a kid, like different stuff like that.
Yeah, kids do block that. I mean, I wonder if you. I don't think
hate hospitals.
You had any memories like the first 24 hours, but after that, you probably did.
How old was I?
You were 5.
Okay, old enough to have some sort of memory. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember my straw. All I remember is Dr. LaRock, the nice nurses, and my straw collection when I left the hospital. All these straws for some reason.
It's a
weird
They used
thing.
to call them volunteers, girls.
Yeah.
Cherry something, and they used to come in and play with you there and spend time with you and make the straw things with you.
Yeah, it's so weird. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
But I remember being in the hospital like, holy shit. Maybe a lot later on, like, this is why I hate hospitals. But also the fear of death. Like, I don't like to think about death. I have a fear of, I don't feel like I'm going to die every day, but I don't like the fact that one day I am going to be not on this planet. I love to stay healthy and young as long as possible.
You love your life.
Yeah.
You love being alive.
Yeah. And it's like, but I have this thing my whole entire life lingering. Like, I always, my whole entire life is always worried about my heart, my whole fucking life. Even if I just got, last year I went to like the number one at Cedars, my friend who was a cardiologist, he did a whole mammogram, whatever the things are called, like when you look at a baby.
Yep.
I saw my heart was perfect, all that. After that, I had some closure because I talked about my dad to him. But
yeah.
my whole entire life, anytime I have like a weird like heartburn, I'm like, oh my God. Like I've always had this fear because it just happened to dad. But none of us, it's like a random thing that some people say sometimes that stuff, is genetics or whatever, like genetics or hereditary, whatever that shit is.
It was genetic for him.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it was even when in the 70s, if they found it when he was a child, they would have taken care of it then, and he would be alive.
Yeah.
He had no pediatric care. None of them did. They were born. They went home from the hospital. That was it.
Yeah.
And their circumstances were so dire, food-wise and otherwise, that he wasn't, and nobody was ever going to see that till it was too late.
Yeah. It's crazy,
I mean,
man.
obviously.
I know.
One of you had a heart murmur. I don't remember which, but I think it was Todd. But that has nothing to do with what your dad had.
I know.
Nothing
it's crazy,
at all.
Dude.
But I'm glad you guys, because they used to worry about it too, Todd and Tracy, not like you.
Yeah.
But that you all went to a cardiologist and found out you're good.
Yeah.
Because
we all did that.
Actually, it was a quirk, a quirky thing that happened to him that wasn't going to happen to anybody else.
Yeah.
And that could have been treated if he had known.
I think there was a time in Moon's life, shout out to Moon who's dealt with me being a hypochondriac our whole entire marriage. I'm like, oh my God, I have a heart murmur. She's like, no, you don't. You're hyper. Like always.
Yeah.
Everything was all, but the thing about me, I was like, I'm sick. But then I wouldn't go to the hospital because I'm scared. Like, I'll figure it out. It's all mental because
it is mental.
It's crazy how your mental can control a lot of your shit.
It controls all of your shit.
Like I've had, this pinched nerve since August. I've been to everything from blood work, chiropractor, PT, acupuncture, cupping, massages, everything.
Nothing
and
worked.
then I finally get an MRI, and I've been seeing. And I have a PT that comes to the house once a week. She's my personal trainer, and she's fixing it slowly. But the day I got my MRI back, I stopped focusing on this.
Right.
And now I don't think about my tingling anymore. And now I'm focusing on the healing process.
Right.
Because now I've seen the results of what I'm dealing with.
Right.
But up until that moment, I'm like, fuck. Like, I'm dying. Like, this is so bad. This is a heart thing.
You must be hard to live with.
Because they always say your left side is heart attack shit.
It is left side.
So, but now I know it's not. But now I don't think about the tingling. It's still there, but I'm like, I was obsessing on it, killing my son and my wife about this every fucking day.
I bet.
But now that
I bet they wanted to divorce you.
No, it's been 3. Of course, it's been 3 weeks since I mentioned it, and they're like, "Wow," because now I'm focusing on fixing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now that
I get it.
Now my mind's just onto other shit, but the mind is so powerful.
It is very powerful.
And
childhood traumas, especially, even if you don't remember, it's probably there somewhere in your head, somewhere.
Because we have these layers that we can peel back and start talking about things. I did this breath work. I didn't even tell you this. I had this guy on the podcast named Lucas Mack, and I did this breath work in my living room, and he's the one that got my friend Travis Barker to fly in airplanes again, because it's been 15 years since his plane crashed or so. He's never flown since, but now he flies again because he did this breath work. So before the breath work, we talk. I tell about growing up, losing my pops, everything, blah, blah, blah. And then we do this intense breathing, and like he can pinpoint on your body where you hold trauma. And as we're doing this breath work, I'm releasing this stuff. It's like your dad's talking. I'm gonna get emotional now. It's like your dad's talking to you right now. He's proud. He was saying all this shit to me, stuff about you, and then I woke up from it, and I'm like totally emotional and like.
It was just breathing.
You just sit there and breathe, Mom. It's fucking crazy.
But did you pass out?
No, you're conscious. You're conscious. You can hear, but I almost can't respond. I'm just. Like, I'm in a state where like he's telling me this stuff, and I'm just like, it was really fucking beautiful, man. It was like almost some kind of type closure shit for my life. I don't know, but it was powerful.
It's about time, Toby, for you to have closure, don't you think?
Yeah, but it was nice though, because
that's nice.
I think I can write songs about my dad or you and sing about these things and get those out that way. And I feel like that's therapeutic to me.
Yeah.
But when I go talk to like a therapist for the first time, that's a whole different thing. It's a stranger, and then doing the breath work. It's just interesting. The stuff you carry.
You've been going to a therapist?
I was. Are you talking about you, the mafia? Yeah, I'm like the first person in our family to do that, I think. Todd and Tracy haven't done it.
I've done it.
Okay, I didn't know that because Todd and Tracy haven't. And they're like, what's it like? What's it like?
Listen, that's an important step, and that's a good step. I'm a psychology major.
That's right, Mom.
I firmly believe in that. Sometimes you can open up better with a stranger than you can with people that are close to you.
Fuck, I forgot you were a psychology major, Mom. This is getting deep. So you've been to therapy before. Did you go to therapy when Dad passed, when you were young? Mm-hmm. Like trauma therapy? And was that a thing back then in the 70s?
I went to a widow's thing. A group,
okay.
A group.
Yeah, okay. Back then.
And especially for young widows.
Yeah, how old are you?
Huh?
How old are you when Dad passed?
29.
Okay. So you went to a widow's thing. Did you go to like a proper therapist too after that? Maybe?
I don't remember if I did, but I might have because I was a firm believer in that always.
But also I feel like your generation was a generation where it's like, just suck it up, raise these 3 kids, and keep it fucking moving.
It is. You know what I mean? But being educated as I was, I knew that was wrong.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was educated to know.
Yeah.
You go get help. If you think you need help and you can't get out of that black hole you're in, you need to go get some.
I didn't think you went there, but I'm really proud. I'm so excited to know. I didn't even know this about you. You went there. It's so cool. Yeah, because Todd and Tracy want to do it. They really want to do it. And they asked me about it. I was like, dude, you love it. You got to find the right person. Just talk.
And it's private. It never goes anywhere. That's the other thing that I think makes you feel free to let it go.
Yeah.
What goes on in there,
stays in there.
Only you and the therapist know it. They're never going to tell it.
Exactly.
In any way, even if it was something to do with a crime, they still won't.
Watching The Sopranos is crazy.
Yeah, no, I've watched a lot of shows like that.
Yeah.
What you say is left there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
And that's what I think allows you.
That's enough that makes you want to do it, probably.
Yeah, because it lets you release it. Because you're getting it out in a safe environment where that person has no judgment to make of
Yeah.
you, of any kind.
Instead of annoying your wife with the same shit for years
Oh,
and
my
years and
God,
years and years.
you should have let her up long before
Like,
that.
I didn't even tell my wife and son I went, and they're like, what? They were so surprised because we've talked about it throughout the years, and I was like, wow, I need to go back. I only went a couple of times. That my insurance doesn't cover it, which sucks. So you got to pay cash, whatever. But it's worth it because you're putting it back into your mental and all this stuff, and you can figure out things. You can figure out why you do the things you do. One thing she said was really interesting, Mom, is that I always repeat myself a lot, and that's one annoying thing that I do to my wife and my son. And she was saying maybe as a younger child in my family that maybe I wanted to be heard, and so I always tried to be heard and always was like that, trying to get the attention because maybe I felt like I was the youngest one. Maybe psychologically I thought like that's why I was like, me over here, see me, because I was the youngest out of three, maybe, and that's why I repeat myself. I don't know if that makes any sense.
There's no way your brothers could make you disappear because you were always me like that.
Yeah.
Yes. You were outspoken about it. You didn't let that happen.
Okay.
You were the baby, so
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah.
But I used to tell your grandma, if he turns out to be a crazy person, it's on you.
But
So
did I?
Kind of.
I'm a good crazy though. I got tattoos instead of Matchbox cars. I remember the first time ever making my own money at the bottom of our street in
I
Rhode
just
Island.
told somebody this story a week ago.
This is where my life changed. Two things. One, when I got picked up by the police for skateboarding, and I went to the store to buy a pack of cigarettes, and then they had banned skateboarding because of the America's Cup. Some old lady got her ankle broken at the skate spot, so they tried to shut down skateboarding. They put me in the car. Remember? You might have been at work or so. I don't know what. I got put to the station for skateboarding. There's no phones back then. That was a scary moment, if you remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, and then selling all my Matchbox cars.
Oh, that I remember.
Because I wanted to get a pair of skate shorts, like OP shorts or something.
And I told you had to make your own money.
Yeah, and
I was so mad that day when you came back and told me that. You had collected though, and today.
But I was older then.
Wait, today you could have got 5 times what you got then.
I know.
5 times, but you just sold all those cards that you grandpa bought you.
Because I wanted a pair of
yeah, you
shorts.
did. You wanted either sneakers or shorts or
OP
something.
shorts, yeah, Ocean Pacific. But I sold them, and that was the beginning of like hustling. Like, okay,
you've been hustling ever since.
Totally, I was on the corner by myself selling. I sold them all too.
Yeah, all at once. And that guy's rich today.
He probably is. You remember me going to get the because I was trying to call you. You were at work. There was no really phones. I was at the police station. All my friends, all the guys in Verbal Assault. I walked in. There's like stacks of skateboards there. But you were at work, and then somebody drove me home. But
I don't even remember that.
I went to the store on my skateboard, and they were like, whoop, whoop, and it put me right in the corner, man. I was like, holy shit. I was like crying. It was crazy, dude. I was probably like 12 or 13, maybe. I don't know. Whatever the America's Cup was, I've looked that up.
83.
Yeah, I was 13. Fucking crazy, man. Did you think we were crazy for the music we get into when we were young?
No.
You weren't worried about it?
I wasn't ever worried about that. I didn't care for the music.
Yeah.
It wasn't my bag of tea. But obviously you two wouldn't be in bands right now. I never hated it or told you not to listen to it.
Yeah.
No, that was your choice. That was up to you.
I know.
I mean,
it's so crazy what just happened. Just Rhode Island, everything changed after going from Taunton there.
Yep.
Because how old were we when we left Taunton, Mass? Like, how old were us as kids?
I sold
Like, how long did we stay in Taunton after Dad passed?
We stayed in Taunton long enough that I bought a house.
Wow, okay.
And remarried.
Oh, that's right.
And divorced.
Oh, my God.
And then I sold the house. And then that's when we went to Newport.
But you also want to apologize, too, because nobody was good enough for our mother. Right. And after my dad passed, we were fucking devastated. Then a new guy comes in, and we were fucking 3 tyrants. And we probably didn't help the situation because
you didn't.
We weren't going to accept this dude as our father. But obviously, my mom deserved to find new love and happiness. But as kids, like nobody was good enough for our mom.
Right.
So I'm sorry about that, Mom.
Well, it's late now that I'm divorced.
It's too late now. It's 50 years later.
And every bit of that is true.
It's so true because
nobody was good enough.
Yeah, your mom, dude.
You acted like jerks and ruined my life.
Wasn't he a jerk, though? I think he was a jerk.
He was very nice.
Really?
Yeah.
So really, because you think it was because of us? No.
No, let's just put it this way. He wanted to get married more than I did.
Okay.
And I loved him at the time. I did love him. But once we got married and we're living together, he was like having a fourth kid. I was looking for somebody that could be a partner with me. Yeah. To take some of the load off my shoulders.
Totally.
Well, he just wasn't that.
Nah.
And it's not that he did anything bad to me or anything like that, but after a while, it was like, this isn't going to work because I don't need another responsibility.
Another kid.
Another kid.
Yeah.
And really, that's why we divorced.
Yeah.
I couldn't, I just couldn't do it.
You were very, you were very like, it was like survival, man. At that point, it's like survival. I got to figure this out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because did Dad hold it down with a job at the time too? When you guys were married, Dad was kind of running shit.
Who?
Our dad. Like he was working and stuff. Or
he was the only one that worked. He never let me work.
You weren't working. Okay.
I was supposed to be the wife and take care of the kids.
Yeah.
He never. I had gotten to a point. Well, you weren't quite in school. That we had talked about it a couple of times, and I told him, when Toby gets in school full time, I'm going to look for a job. Okay. I need to get out and be me.
Totally.
And he agreed with that, but he didn't want me having babysitters and working. Yeah. Because that kind of defeats the purpose too. Yeah. So no, I didn't work at all when we were married.
Not at all. Mm-mm. And you had not before that because you was like high school when you guys met, basically, right?
Right.
So this is like your first job after you passed, kind of, right? Wow.
It was.
That's crazy,
and
Mom.
I went and took a waitressing job.
Wow.
Which I learned how to waitress.
So how old are you then? 20s?
I was probably 30 by then.
So it was your first job when you were 30 years old?
Yes.
Holy shit, Mom.
Well, no, let's say not my first. I babysat full time in my senior year.
Okay.
In fact, I stayed at the woman's house during the week and then came home on the weekends.
Damn.
So that was really my first job. But the other thing was, after a while, I was like, I've got to raise these kids. I need to make more money than I'm making. But so I need to go back to school. And I did. And I thought that was a very brave thing to do.
No, it's really good.
I went nights. I worked days because I had to. Mm-hmm. I went 2 nights a week. I think it took me 5 years instead of 3.
Damn.
To get an associate's degree, but I did. And I was at the top of my class.
Crazy, Mom.
But then I was out. I didn't go any further. I should have, but I didn't. But then I landed a couple of jobs after that because I had that degree.
Oh, you did? So actually did some stuff with your degree. Mm-hmm. So a psychologist you wanted to be?
I wanted to be work with teens or with young kids.
Yeah, that's cool.
Rather than with adults, I think.
Yeah. Crazy, man. You don't want to be a supermodel at any point?
I did. I put it in a book when I was before I graduated.
You put it in the yearbook?
I think so. And
I'd love to see your yearbook.
They asked what you wanted to be, and I wanted to be a model.
Wow. Did you do
I never did anything to get there. I never did anything about it.
You did no modeling?
No. I would have to come to Hollywood. I mean, I don't know.
That's crazy, Mom.
I just thought that's what I wanted to be.
Yeah, you really had no thought about it, right?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
I didn't do anything about it.
Yeah. That is so funny. I'd love to see. I mean, it'd be so hard to find your yearbook, huh? That'd be pretty amazing, Mom, to see that.
I'm trying to think if I have it somewhere.
Really? I'm sure with like online stuff, you could probably find it now.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I might have it somewhere. I don't want to say that for positive, but
imagine having that. It's crazy. That'd be really cool to see your stuff. Damn, Mom. I'm trying to get someone in the car right now. Stay right there, Mom. Let's see. See if someone's going to pick up this phone.
What are you doing?
I was trying to make a call. It's all good. I was trying to get a surprise guest on here, you see. Well, shit, Mom. This has been amazing catching up with you on life. I'm glad you're doing good and you're healthy and you look good. And I don't know, you're feeling good.
I'm glad we did it, Toby.
Do you wear supportive shoes?
Huh?
What kind of state you wear, like supportive shoes when you walk?
Well, after wearing the back brace for so long,
yeah,
I did have to wear support socks. Those. I don't wear them all the time now.
Those are helpful?
Yeah, because it's swelling and all that.
Damn.
But I don't wear support shoes. I can wear any shoes I want to wear.
Yeah. But you try to do stretching and stuff like that? Do you try to like do stuff?
I do that all the time because I've had more than one therapist come to the house to treat me.
Yeah.
First, it was for my back twice, 2 different times, starting from the beginning again. And then it was my wrist when I broke my wrist.
Oh, yeah, maybe you broke your wrist.
So I went to a therapist in Glendale for that. I loved her.
Yeah.
She was such a good therapist. And when they took off that cat.
Like a physical therapist?
Yeah. I couldn't even, it hurt at first, but I couldn't even move my hand.
Yeah.
So, and now I use it fully thanks to that doctor.
I really believe the PTs can help a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
I know, I love mine. I know.
And the trick is, when you go, like a therapist will tell you this, half of the people that go to therapy don't do a damn thing when they go home.
I do it every day.
Me too.
That's the key.
I only went 3 times a week, but I always told them, just show me what to do, and I'm going to do it because I want to get better.
Me too. I have it all in my garage. I have workouts
and
I do.
I've got the stuff at home too, and I did do that. You
got to do the work, especially for me. My insurance doesn't cover it.
Otherwise, you come
I'm
back.
wasting time and money, man.
Yeah, you come back, and they said we can always tell when people aren't doing it at home.
Damn.
They think they're fooling us, but they're in the same place they were. You know what I mean?
I do mine every day.
Me too.
I'm really focused on because I want to get better. I want to have tingling gone from my fingers.
Absolutely.
And like I said, I have to pay cash, which sucks. But I'm with it 1 hour once a week, and then every other day I have a regimen I have to do. It's so smart. Especially when you get older, you can't fuck around when you get older, man. It's super.
No, you can't. But I'll also tell you, I never thought I would be as good as I am today after those 2 broken backs, even with therapy.
Yeah.
Because that was bad, really bad.
Yeah.
My muscles and everything were involved. But I did the work. I did the work, and I'm proud of myself for that.
Do you feel like you're strong? Are you strong?
I mean, no, I'm not as strong as I was. Not at all.
Just holding muscle is long.
I'm more shaky. I don't know how to explain it. But I'm saying...
But you're not fragile.
I'm fragile if I fall because my bones break.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm not fragile, and I keep doing the exercise so I can keep walking.
Yeah, you're flexible and shit.
That's my goal. And my balance is so-so. It's not good. It's not like it used to be.
Yeah. I
have a balance problem, just like a lot of old people do.
Of course.
My balance, I'm not steady, I guess I would say.
But I'm trying to make it so, like, I guess as you get older, the longer you keep muscle and create muscle, the less problems you're going to have.
Right.
The muscle holds everything together, I'm learning.
Right.
So the more you stay like that, try to.
I mean, I didn't ever, I went to the gym 3 years at one point, but I'm not looking to make muscle. I'm looking to make my muscles stronger than they were.
Yeah. And you still can build muscle at your age. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Are you pretty good eating now? You eat good proteins and... You
know what? Yes, sometimes. Some days, even though I don't have the stomach problem going on, I had this food adversity.
Really?
It comes from having that stomach problem. I have days...
You're kind of scared to eat different things?
No, it's like... things I love, I'll look at it and I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Wow.
And it's called a food avoidance. And that comes from when my stomach was bad. And after that stopped, I couldn't eat anything at first.
Wow.
Like rice or what. I always had to start at the beginning.
Yeah.
So I even get that sometimes when I'm not sick. I don't know why.
Damn.
I don't know why. And mostly though, I eat 2 meals a day. I might have a snack in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
I eat my big meal at night. I eat breakfast always. But some days I just don't feel like having lunch. Some days I do.
Yeah.
But some days I can just do without lunch and have a big meal.
What's your favorite food to cook? Still.
What I just cooked before, the stuffed peppers. I love that.
Oh yeah, you always make stuffed peppers, Mom, with the rice in them.
Yeah, rice and hamburger and then cheese on top. I made myself, now that I'm alone, I have to freeze half of it, but I do.
That's cool you're still making those. That's amazing.
Because I love them.
I know you made this for as a kid.
Baked potato.
Yeah.
And I also made that American chop suey.
Yes, you did back in the day.
I made one of those about a month ago. I had been stopping doing that because how do you make food for one? But now I've learned that make it, freeze it. So I took that out the week before I went to Florida, the rest of my chop suey, and there were my meals right there.
That's amazing.
Because, making a lot, you're like, what the hell am I going to do with that? I could only eat it 3 days or whatever.
Yeah.
But I've done that. I still cook.
That's cool.
I try not to buy many canned foods. My foods are either frozen or fresh.
No processed stuff.
I try not to do that.
It's hard.
And I like vegetables, lucky. So I
what's your weakness? What's your dessert you love the most?
Every dessert.
Not just ice cream?
I love ice cream.
Yeah.
I love pie.
Okay.
I love
cake.
Root beer floats.
Still root beer floats?
Yeah. I like cake. Yeah. Cupcakes. I don't love them.
Mm-hmm.
I love pies. I mean, I love an ice cream sandwich.
Remember rhubarb pie I used to make?
I have made rhubarb and strawberries.
That was such a Massachusetts thing, the rhubarb.
It was. No, they have rhubarb in the stores.
Okay, I just remember growing up with
that. Was like a sweet sour pie. I loved it.
I know.
We used to go and pick the rhubarb.
That's what I'm saying. It's part of my life. I remember that stuff, rhubarb. Then also, like we talked on the phone, I make them vegan now. It's tradition in the Morse family. It's celery sticks with cream cheese with walnuts. I don't know where that came from, but I still make that. Okay.
My mom.
I make it with vegan cream cheese. It's great, but it's some sort of Morse LePage tradition on Thanksgiving and Christmas,
My mother always made them as an appetizer.
Yeah,
I still love them.
I know, me too. I wonder where that came from, like who invented that, if she invented it.
Maybe she did. I don't know.
Interesting. Also, I found out later on since the pod that, I always knew it. I'm French too. I'm French, right?
You are French.
Yeah.
You're half French.
I did that 23andMe thing. I found all this stuff out. Yeah. Interesting.
I was going to ask you about that. Did it trace your family? You know what I mean? Going back?
It probably did, I think. Yeah. I have to ask Moona, but she has all that paperwork. But yeah, it definitely had French-Canadian.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is, because I was trying to do
like a family tree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it?
I think it does. I don't know if it shows it like that, but it definitely connects you to all these different other things. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, if you could find that, I'd love to.
Would you ever try to do one of those 23andMe?
No.
And I don't care?
No. I care, but I mean, no, I haven't.
I know. You've lived your whole life without knowing 100% what you are, but...
Well, no.
What do you think you are? Mostly Irish?
I can go back to my grandparents, which would you be your great-grandparents.
Yeah.
What do I think I am? I'm definitely half French on my father's side.
Okay.
Because they were completely French.
Gotcha.
On my mother's side, I'm Irish and Welsh, really.
Yeah, I'm Welsh too. That came up in my thing.
Which Wales is near.
Yeah.
I think that's basically what I am, is just Irish and Welsh. But on your father's side, I don't really know. I knew he had English and Irish in him.
Yeah, I got that too.
And I always thought he had Indian in him because of his skin.
But
really did
too. We don't. None of us
it's
do.
because he had hardly any skin hair on his body. Very smooth skin.
Yeah.
Very smooth skin. I really don't know all. Oh, he had Portuguese in him because his mother was Portuguese.
Yeah.
So maybe he was on his side. He was
big Portuguese community in Massachusetts.
He was half Portuguese, and his father, Linda Morse, I'm going to assume he was Irish and Yankee. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Really.
Interesting. Those things, I don't know how accurate those things are, but it was there's a lot of stuff you just said I was in to have it in there.
Yeah, they have a way of doing it now. Yeah, they do.
It's pretty amazing.
Pretty interesting. It would be nice. I'd like to know it maybe just up to 5 generations, counting you guys.
Yeah.
1, 2, me.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5. I'd like to go that far.
We can do that. No, we should find that.
Because that would take you into the 18th century.
Oh, yeah.
Because my grandparents came to this country in like 1901 or something like that. So I went two steps further.
Yeah.
It would be in the 1800s. I just really like to know if they were still in Europe, if they hadn't come here, or were they here longer than I thought. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I know my mother. they all came here. Wait, let me think about this. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
When did they come here?
My mother's mother, and there were like 6 kids, and her father, my mother's mother and father, came over on a boat from Wales.
Okay.
They were first generation.
Yeah.
My great-grandparents, and he brought over with them. The girls were already born and everything.
Yeah.
There were 5 girls and 1 boy. That's on my mother's side.
Okay.
But my grandpa John Bagg, I don't know that much.
John Bagg?
Yeah, I don't know that much about him. He was Irish, as could be.
Uncle Dick Bag.
Yeah. But that wasn't a bad word then.
No, I know.
It was short for Richard.
I know. It's just funny.
I know it is. So
he was so funny.
They all were first generation.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't come over on the boat, but the kids were first generation.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
And definitely as Irish as hell.
Yeah. I thought it was more Irish than it was going to be, but yeah, I'm still Irish.
No, you are Irish, but because your father was pure French, you're half French.
Crazy, man.
Canadian.
And the page, too.
Canadian French.
We're going to leave the pot on that. I guess I'll ask you if you're optimist or pessimist, Mom. In these days, these late years in your life.
There are times when I'm very much a pessimist, but I try to start each day saying, let's be positive today.
Yeah.
Let's have a good day. I start out the day like that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say I'm probably 80% positive, 20% bad. There are days when I'm such a pessimist.
Yeah.
But I try to...
Maybe because watching too much news is going to make you crazy.
I try to stay positive.
You used to read books?
I am, and I'm still a fast reader.
That's awesome.
I read 2 pages.
I wish I got that from you. I started reading more now, but I'm not a fast reader.
I love reading books.
Yeah.
I mean, really, they're much more detailed. Like, if they're made into a movie, like a lot of the books I've read have been, they're still more interesting in a book because they're more detailed.
What do you mean fast read? Like, how many pages can you read? Like, how long does it take?
I don't know how many pages.
It's a 200-page book or something, yeah.
But let's say it's a 300-page book. I'm done in 4 days.
Okay. Wow.
Or maybe less. I've read 2 paperbacks in the last 2 weeks, not counting this week,
the
last 2 weeks. So if I go to the library and get books sometimes.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm a fast reader, and I love reading.
That's awesome. You have a good attention span with it?
Still.
Yeah.
No, I don't see any difference in that except my eyes. No, I still can read fast.
That's cool.
I've always been a fast reader.
Yeah, you always love reading.
I still do.
Your eyes are good? What do you need
My eyes
for?
aren't great. My eyes are not.
Shout out to
great.
Caddis Eyewear that my mom rocks hard. These Caddis Life brand glasses.
Yeah, I love
them.
them.
So cute on her.
I love
So the glasses are for driving?
for
you
everything.
can see me right now, though.
I can see you, but I can't read without them.
Yeah.
And my eyes are getting worse. I'm thinking what you were talking about today. I'm thinking going because I think I'm starting to have blurriness sometimes. Like I can see it in the corner of my eyes.
It's going to happen to all of us.
Yeah, it is. But luckily, that's a quick surgery. They take that film off.
Okay.
And then you're 20/20, which would probably mean I wouldn't need glasses.
I know.
So really, I'm not that worried about it. Ray and Dawn have both had it done.
That's interesting.
Olden days, people would have had to go blind with that.
I know.
It's just a film, you know what I mean? It's a...
Yeah. Shout out to Todd and Tracy, who are still fighting to have to wear glasses.
They are.
They never wear them. They carry them in their pockets or they forget them. Every time I see Tracy, he's squinting, looking at his phone. I'm like, take my glasses, bro. They're fighting it so hard, but you just got to give in because
it's there.
You can't strain your eyes. You just got to go for it and do it. It's this part of
and
getting
glasses
old.
are sexy now. I mean, glasses are trendy.
Yeah.
You know, people that don't need glasses, like your wife, wear glasses.
She's always rocked them. Now she's
always worn glasses.
And now she gets to wear them because she actually needs them.
Yeah.
But she has the biggest cat eyewear fucking collection of glasses.
She loves that stuff.
I know. Well, shit, Mom. Thank you for being here. I love you. This is my 6th anniversary episode with my mom. She was so nice and wonderful to come on my first episode before this thing took off.
Yay!
And became something that changed my life, this podcast.
And it made me a mini celebrity for a minute.
Are you on social media still, Mom?
Yeah, I am.
Are you on Instagram? You look at it all or no?
I look at Instagram
Okay.
because my family's on
Do
it all the
Do
time.
people send you messages ever? Like DMs? Do you know what
No.
that is? I bet you don't even know what it is. It's called a direct message, so people can send
No.
you. I'm going to listen. So people probably have sent you messages. You didn't even know where to find them, correct? Because
No, if people send me messages, I find them.
Oh, the DMs like in your message?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course I do.
Yeah, are you on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook, but not my story. My picture or anything isn't up there.
Yeah.
I more watch Facebook to see what my family's up to.
Yeah.
All of my family. You're all on it.
Do people reach out to you knowing that you're like knowing our mom?
Only Dickie.
Yeah. Shout out to Dickie Barrett. He loves you so much.
Oh, it was
Boston.
so many years.
I
And
know.
he was so exuberant about it.
I know.
It took me a minute to think, who is this guy?
I know.
But then as soon as he started talking that Boston accent,
Yeah.
I said, oh, my God. And his hair's dark now.
I know.
That's another thing.
It looks really good. Like
Yeah.
he grew his hair out super long and like.
But
yeah,
he was
man.
they were good guys to you guys.
I know, man.
They really, really were.
And those guys never changed. Like we with them before.
And they're great.
Yeah, before they had a huge hit, and then before with them, and then during that time, they were the same
Yep,
people. And
yep.
how to treat bands, how to be responsible, how to be on time, how to do a sound check,
Yes.
how to treat opening bands and catering and all that shit. Like I
You
don't
learn
know.
so much.
I know, man. Like what a great band. I hope they come back. It makes me sad they're not a band no more. It makes me.
I wish you'd come back, too.
I know. We wish you'd come back to Boston's. We love them. And
I don't know what the other guy. One of the other guys, I think, is here in L.A. as a DJ on some station.
Really?
I think.
Okay.
I'm not sure. That passes through my mind.
But the
though.
guy Nate was on my podcast before, and he's like an A&R guy. He's signed like a bunch of huge artists, and he's doing really, really well in that world. And I think Gittleman's a teacher somewhere in the East Coast. He was a teacher, a music teacher. But I believe bands will come back someday. You know what I mean? We figure it out.
Yeah. They were a really good band. They had a lot of hits.
I know, man.
Really.
So fun to tour with.
But even though you've been a band 30 years, there's a band that made a lot of money, had a lot of hits. And why did they split up and go their separate ways?
Just
Maybe
differences.
because they had enough money and they didn't want to go any further. I can understand that.
Yeah, or just band differences or grow apart. I don't know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
different.
yeah.
I mean, it is like a dysfunctional family being in a band. Everybody has a different
Yeah,
personality.
it is. It is.
You have to
Yeah.
maintain and travel together. But
People that have been able to hold their bands together, I
Crazy,
admire
man.
them.
I
I
know.
admire them because that is not easy. I don't
it's
think.
not. So
No.
for what we take from this podcast is my mom's 80th will be in Hawaii next year.
Yeah,
That'd be so sick. I think it's a great goal, a family trip.
it is a goal. It'll be an adventure.
We should make sure.
I think we should rent a big house
Sure. I think we should make sure.
instead of being in a hotel.
We're going to tell Todd to take off that couple days for next year.
Oh, yeah.
We got to do it.
Yeah,
Because I know I'm off for sure for June. That'd be really fun.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
we're
we
gonna do
really
it.
haven't gone on a family
No,
vacation.
ever.
Wait, since you guys have been adults, we
Yeah,
never have.
I know. It'd be really fun.
I think so,
You
too.
can see Max surf and all that shit.
Oh, I'd love that. And we got to make Vivian go, too.
Of course.
Well, she'll be out of school at
Yeah.
that point.
I think everybody's got to go.
Yeah, I think so,
It's a big
too.
deal. It's your 80th.
That's huge.
It's the least we could do. Well, love you, Mom. I appreciate you, Mom. Thanks for everything you did to keep us alive and safe when we were kids. And I appreciate you. And I'm going to make you some chicken noodle soup right now.
I am. I'm going to go have my lunch now. Goodbye, everybody. It was nice talking to you, Toby.
You too, Mom. I love
And
you.
we're both wearing the same glasses.
Oh, yeah. Our cat is for life. And thanks for all the people listening for the past 6 years, or the new listeners, new subscribers. Everybody, if you haven't heard my mom's episode, go back to the very first one. It was incredible. And here we are 6 years later. My mom's
And you're still at it.
crazy, man. My mom's thriving. She's doing wonderful. She's hanging in there. Her hair looks great. Her glasses look great. She's in positive spirits most of the time. Her 20-year-old car is still holding up. And Stella still loves her. And just so you know, if cats bite you, be careful because you can get, that's another takeaway.
Yeah.
Cats can bite you.
And this was a pat.
It didn't, one more thing. It didn't matter how old you were. It could have been a younger kid in the same effect.
That would have happened.
Okay.
That would have
Had nothing to do
happened
with your
if
age,
the
or-
cat bit you.
Damn.
Because I know you're going, but
okay.
Lisa, your cousin,
Yeah.
they have a stray cat that hangs around. They feed her all the time. She's not really a house pet, but she comes to them.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa picked her up one time. She got bit. She had to spend 2 days in the hospital.
See, I didn't know that.
This was a stray.
And listen, this is also no disrespect to anybody who loves any cat culture, anybody that loves cats, anybody that have cat tattoos.
I love cats, so be careful.
She loves cats. We're not saying all cats can bite you.
No.
This is just one experience from my mother. I know some people get crazy about their pets and animals and dogs and all that stuff. So
but it's a good point to say. Yeah.
My mom misses her cat.
Yeah, I do. I
cats.
really do.
But I'm not trying to have a cat put my mom in the hospital
But it just goes to, you've got to be aware.
Yeah.
Even the first time I took it like it was nothing at first until it started to look very bad a couple of days later, the one on my arm. So I should have, but I figured it was an accident.
And plus it's your baby, it's your cat. You think your cat's going to hurt you. Yeah.
And I never thought it would happen a second time. Dude. I never thought it would.
It's crazy that could have killed you. That's fucking crazy.
That was because it went way into the muscle in my leg.
That would have been so bad if like the whole time, everything my mom's been through her whole entire life, and then her cat bites her and she dies. That's how your life ends.
That would be horrible. That would be horrible.
That would have been so fucking bad.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
Yeah.
You never thought that I'm going to die from a cat bite.
Never.
That was
never.
Fucking crazy, man.
Never.
All right. Shout out to all the cat lovers and all the dog lovers. We appreciate you all. Take care. Bye. I always ask my guests if they have any regrets. I personally don't have any regrets. Even when it comes to my tattoos, I have the silliest tattoos. Even my ET on my leg, it's still a childhood memory for me, and I love it. I've had tattoos on top of tattoos strictly because I wanted more tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 52 now, and I can't stop. I've had laser treatment before on something on my arm. It's 4 tattoos on top of each other. And that experience at that place was pretty fast. It was pretty cold. It was in and out, swiped the credit card. Don't really tell me much. Didn't give me much details or anything was going to happen. So I never went back. So as of most recently, I'm so lucky enough to have had 2 sessions at Removery Tattoo Removal. My tattoo on my arm that looks like a big black blob is now super light. I've had 2 sessions. I have a long road ahead of me. None of this stuff happens overnight. You cannot take a tattoo up in one sitting. You have to be patient. And it's painful. They ice you up. It's super fast. To me, it felt like a bunch of rubber bands. But what's more painful than that is looking at something on your body that you think you're stuck with for the rest of your life. That sucks. But now for me, I'm really happy I started this journey. I'm slowly going to get this tattoo removed. I never thought in a million years I have any kind of real estate on my arm. I don't even know what I want, but it's exciting. I'm so honored to announce that One Life, One Chance podcast is now with Removery. Call 866-934-4570 or go to removery.com. Use TobyH20 and get $100 off your first session. One of the most experienced tattoo removal companies in the world. Over 600,000 removal treatments done. 100 locations. US, Canada, and Australia. State-of-the-art Pico-Way laser technology. Cryotechnology to reduce any discomfort. This is so exciting for me because all I do in these podcasts is talk about tattoos. From day one, if you've been listening to this podcast, we talk about tattoos, talk about getting removed, talk about getting covered up. So this is such a perfect fit for me. Definitely check out One Life, One Chance podcast, episode 281. I have Carmen Brody, Mike McTurnan, and Dustin Ortle from Removery. And this is an over 2-hour conversation. People had submitted questions. It's an incredible conversation breaking down the do's, the don'ts, the fears, process, the results, everything you could imagine about getting a tattoo removed. It's all in this podcast. It's an incredible episode. I appreciate them all coming out for it. So check that out if you want to learn more about Removery and what it's like to get a tattoo removed. Once again, go to removery.com or call 866-934-4570. Use my code TobyH20 and get $100 off. These guys are located everywhere. Try it out.